Welcome this afternoon to the AJ Bell Stadium in sunny Salford. It's simply cracking flags. A beautiful day as we look out now across the city of Manchester, but right here on the field is where the action is going to take place today. You're joining us for a history-making day, and it is history-making because the Toronto Wolfpack are in town and we're broadcasting globally, all over the world, right through from Manchester to Toronto to the other side of the planet. We are here live for this fifth round of the Challenge Cup, the most famous Challenge Trophy in world sport. Right now, I want to run you through your teams. For the home side, the Salford Red Devils, you're looking at a team coming into this fixture on fire, simply on fire. Nearly dropping out of the Super League last year in the £1 million game. That at the end of the Super League season, the team split into the top 8 and the middle 8. The middle 8 is the bottom 4 teams in the Super League and the top 4 teams in the Championship, and those teams play off for the right to be in Super League. Last year, the Salford Red Devils played the Hull Kingston Rovers. The Salford Red Devils winning in the last minute to retain their Super League status. Since then, the boys have gone on a fantastic run. They currently sit 3rd in Super League, playing some scintillating rugby, and we expect nothing less from a team bang on form and in confidence. On the other side of the park today, the Toronto Wolfpack. What can we say about this fantastic new breath of fresh air for the sport? Eric Perez, David Argyle have done an amazing job, along with Paul Rowley, Brian Noble and the team at Toronto Wolfpack, and they brought a brand new fresh vigour to rugby league in the UK. The first transatlantic sports franchise in history is upon us. It's real, and it's happening today for the first time in the 5th round of the Challenge Cup. Your visitors team, Toronto, here we go. At the fullback position, Quentin Lallard-Togon, also known as QLT. On the wing, Johnny Powell. In the centres, Greg Worthington, and the club captain, Craig Hall. He's the man to watch. He can play anywhere across the back line. On the other wing, you've got Liam Kay. In the half-backs, number 6, Blake Wallace at standoff. And in scrum half, number 27, the new superstar signing, the Toronto Wolfpack, that is Ryan Brearley. Starting props today, the big men at the front, Ryan Brearley, Fui Moyoi and Jake Emmett. In the hooking position, Bob Bezic. In the second row, Andrew Dixon and James Worthware. And this man at loose forward is nicknamed the Bus, that's Jack Bussey. On the sub bench today for Toronto Wolfpack, Rhys Jacks, Richard Whiting, Adam Sidlow, and the pantomime villain of rugby league, Ryan Bailey. Now for your Salford teams, and the teams make their way onto the park. You see the Devil mascot waving the flag to the fans based in the large stand right down below us. It's a busy stand today, and it's a busy day for rugby league. Your Salford team in the fullback position, Gareth O'Brien. On the right wing, Greg Johnson. In the centres, Josh Jones and Chris Wellham. On the left wing, he's a powerhouse, Justin Carney. In the halfback positions for the Salford Red Devils, Rob Louis and Michael Dobson. Starting props today for Salford, Lee Mossop, Josh Wood and Lama Tarsi. George Griffin and Ben Murdoch-Masilla. In the second row, Mark Flanagan at loose, Chris Binning, Craig Kochar, Ollie Krasniewski and Adam Wall on the bench. The Toronto Wolfpack are taking on the field on the left-hand side of the field, kicking down to Salford Red Devils in right. My co-commentator, Jamie Jones Buchanan, Leeds Rhinos legend, will be up in the commentary box with us very soon. My name is Alex Simmons and I'm from the TV show Rugby AM. You can check us out on Twitter at Rugby AM. And also, if you want to tweet us and get a shout out during the game, tweet us at Alex Simmons TV. Right now the ball is placed, the game is about to get underway, and we'll be kicking off. Craig Hall for the Toronto Wolfpack will be kicking for the Salford Red Devils. For all you fans out there who've never seen rugby league before, the best way I can describe it is American football meets MMA as the ball is returned by Salford into the 10-metre mark. Played to Chris Wellham. Mark Flanagan takes the ball up for the Salford Red Devils, and he's met by 3 defenders, including the big man himself, Fui Mormoy, wearing number 8 for the Toronto Wolfpack. Dobson to Gareth O'Brien. Justin Carney, the powerhouse now. It's a penalty kick to Toronto. Justin Carney there, passing the ball after the referee had called held. When a tackle is made in rugby league, you get 6 tackles each team, and when a tackle is made, they have to then surrender the ball by playing the ball through the legs, and tackle 6 continues. Bob Bezic on the ball right now, plays it short, cuts out James Laithwaite into Jack Bussey, through the hands QLT out to Worthington, who attacks down the left edge towards Salford. Robert Louis in the tackle, Ben Murdoch Masilla takes him down. Liam Kate to play the ball. Jake Emmett will trundle the ball in for Toronto Wolfpack, the big fella. 10 metres out from the Salford line, Bob Beswick at the play of the ball. The ball goes wide for Toronto QLT. This guy's quick on his feet. The Salford team, 3 players in the tackle. Goes out to Craig Hall now. Craig Hall through the hands to Jack Bussey, who attacks the sticks. The Salford team numbering up on a big fella, Jack Bussey. As it through one on a short ball, goes back to Blake Lewis. Bob Bezic. The ball goes wide up in the air, collected by Liam Kay. 5 tackles down, the ball is handed over to the Salford Red Devils. We've got him excited then, Liam Kay going close for the line. Salford play the ball. Greg Johnson put right on his backside by a strong Toronto Wolfpack defence. Ball out to Gaz O'Brien. He's a skinny lad, but he does a good shift. Joining me today in the commentary box will be Jamie Jones-Buchan, also from Rugby, currently playing for the Leeds Rhinos, nearly competed 20 years at the top in Rugby League. He's going to be giving some fantastic insight. Salford have knocked the ball on within their own 20. Toronto have the ball back, and it's a great opening from Toronto. Looking confident, looking sharp. And this is a team that have won the last 6 games. The Toronto Wolfpack, but playing against the Salford, I can't tell you how much of a big step up this is going to be for the Toronto Wolfpack, who are used to playing teams in League One. Yeah, they've come into this game against a Super League lead, well, one of the leading group in the top 3. And here coming to the mic is my partner in crime for today, and that is Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Jonesy, a strong start by the Toronto Wolfpack.
I didn't see it yet, so I've just been both sides, pitch side, and just come right to the gods up here, and it's a beautiful view out over the AJ Bell Stadium. You can see the motorway flying up there in the back, and Salford just getting off the line. But I imagine Toronto Wolfpack want to get out of the blocks really quick and set 2-0 early on.
Yeah, they've had 2 repeat sets now, Jonesy. A knock-on and a penalty. A close call for a forward pass there, but the referee waves that away, and Bob Bezic stands behind the play of the ball. Going out to Ryan Brearley. A little dab through. We're in it. Oh! Justin Carney rescues the situation there. They're playing great rugby.
Well, hopefully today, Simon, what I'm going to try and do is give you a bit of an insight of my 25 years playing experience into why the teams are doing what they're doing, what it is they're trying to achieve at the end of each set. And I can tell you now that getting a repeat set is almost as good as getting a try, because later on in the game, when Salford have got to bring out and reinvest their energy that they've had sapped in some of these early exchanges, I tell you, it'll be a big advantage to Toronto Wolfpack. They'll be really happy with the start of this game.
Right, just to explain to the fans what's happening now. So the ball was dabbed into the in-goal area where he scored a try by Ryan Brearley. The Salford player knocked it out with his hand, and what that means is the Salford team have to drop the ball out from under the sticks. This is where you kick the ball out from between the sticks back towards your position. Normally you get between 40 and 50 metres at a good connection, or they might go for a short one and try and retain the ball. They wouldn't do that early on in the game. They want to get as much distance as they can to get as much field position up to the Toronto line. When you've got lads like Fui Moi running the ball back at you, he's a big fella, isn't he, Jonesy?
Certainly is, and when you've defended a few sets already, it's very tough. And the disadvantage for Salford is that they've got to defend another set, and defending really takes the energy out of it. It's not just the running, it's the combat. You know, some of the other versions of this game, gridiron American football, there's a big delay between its tackles, whereas you've got 6 to do in about the course of a minute, and there he is, Fui. He's going to ramp up, one of the best in the world over the course of his career. Doing what he does really well, and bumps the first man off.
Yeah, he knocks young Josh Wood, the Ginger Ninja, he knocks him back in the tackle there. But the Salford boys are going to have to front up, because there's some big fellas on the field and some big ones on the bench. Jake Emmett, he's one of them big fellas, a Toronto Wolfpack. And Bob Bezic literally has got his hands on everything. He wasn't square, he was never square, but he's got away with that one, Jonesy.
Well, the referee's let it go. He's got out of there dummy half. And I think what's important to emphasise here is that Salford really want to control the speed of the ruck. You don't want to get the Toronto Wolfpack playing the ball too quick, because your players can't get back on side. You can't make good decisions defensively.
Oh, it's a try! Oh, his foot's out. The flag's gone up. I thought he would have tried to Liam Kay, the Wolfman. He looks like a wolf. He played for the Wolfpack. He's the winner. Ex-Lee, ex-Wakefield. Good friend of mine is old Liam Kay. I thought he was in the corner there. A great little dab through from the QLT.
He's like a Viking, isn't he? I love his little ponytail. But yeah, I think Salford just managed to nip it by the skin of the teeth there, get him out in the touch, and they'll have got welcome possession. I've
got to ask you, Jonesy, because obviously we're going out broadcasting all over the world today. Normally rugby league is played in the afternoons or in the evening. It's a sunny day today, 12 o'clock kick-off. It must be weird for players. Oh, big shot from Andrew Dixon there. So it must be weird for players to get ready at this time of day for a game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for me personally, the preparation involves getting up pretty early, getting some food into me, getting some sustenance and some energy into the body, and then going back for an afternoon nap. I personally prefer to play at 8 o'clock, but midday when the sun's above you, it can become a bit of a cauldron out there. It's quite heated, and I'm not so sure your body's at its best form at dinner time, but it's great for the fans to be able to come out and witness such a great spectacle.
Salford making the way towards the halfway line for the first time. It's really scrappy for the Red Devils at the moment. They look all at 6s and 7s, whereas the Toronto Wolfpack look organised, look focused and look ready for this game. They've definitely started the game on the front foot, started the stronger team.
Certainly have, and it's important that Salford get a bit of a grip on the game. But also Toronto, you've got to remember it's a big game for them. They're underdogs. They're sat in at the top of the third tier. They are in third tier. It'd be one of the biggest upsets ever, actually, if Toronto won. And whilst they're not quite a third tier team when you look at the personnel on the pitch, they are still third tier. So they want to come out and use all their energy early on. If they're going to give themselves any chance of getting a result today, they've got to expend some energy, and that's what they're doing.
Although Salford Red Devils are a Super League team, make no mistake about it, Toronto Wolfpack have Super League quality. Look at this man go! Fui Moi, making mincemeat of the defence, running through the line and being brought down by a great tackle from Gaz O'Brien. In the ascendancy now, Liam Kay has all the space to run, has to cut back inside. It's a wise move as he's held for the third tackle, top left of the field as you can see it. Back inside to Blake Wallace, a man with Canadian heritage, to Jake Emmett. Bob Bezic stands behind the play of the ball, assessing his options and looking out. Jack Bussey with the dummy runner. Blake Wallace onto Ryan Brearley. This man is quick. A cut out pass to Laithwaite, who goes for a kick through, but Josh Jones recovers for Salford, and the Salford Devils retain the possession of the ball.
Well, they're certainly not shy of having a go, having a play. They're playing with a lot of confidence, and I think if Salford are going to get on a roll today, it's people like Justin Carney who's going to have to roll them and get some steam rolling going on, and they're defending really well as well at Toronto. Let's not forget there's two sides of this game. It's not just a team for attacking and a team for defending. You've got to be able to do both, and they're certainly making a good job of it at the minute.
What really impresses me about the Toronto Wolfpack, and you'll know all about this, is they've got three very hard working back row forwards as the Salford Red Devils work it out to Chris Wellham. Over 200 games full KL, this man is experienced at the top of the game. He's the try scorer, 29 tries in 30 games last year for the Bulls. Robert Louis works it into Michael Dobson. This guy's playing out of his skin at the moment. Back inside to Flanagan, to Louis, working the ball wide, a great long cut out pass, but Kay's there. Johnson with a dab through. The ball will run deep, QLT leaves it, and it's the Toronto 7 tackles now. Is this rule change much for you when the ball goes dead? You've got 7 tackles. Explain that to the global audience.
Yeah, so Alex quite rightly described the dropout when you get caught in your own in-goal area. You've got to drop the ball out and defend a set of 6. If you keep the ball dead now, you get penalised in the sense that you've got to defend 7 tackles. So this first one will be the 0 tackle. So essentially you've got 7 to defend, and that's really, really tough when you want to think about pinning them down in their own half, getting full position. Salford will do well to keep Toronto in their own half. So wherever you can, you just don't want to be kicking that ball dead.
Yep, QLT now goes wide to Johnny Powell. There's a lot of experience in this Toronto Wolfpack team. Ryan Braley, the man who's getting the ball, number 27 there. He signed this week from the Huddersfield Giants. He's a good player in Super League. He's going to be outstanding in League One. And this man, in my prediction, will one day, not too in the distant future, play Super League for the Toronto Wolfpack.
Well, a lot of these guys out there have come from Leeds Centurions, obviously where Paul Rowley dealt his trade for quite a few years, did a great job with them in the Championship, and obviously Leeds Centurions are up there in Super League. Got knocked out of this Challenge Cup fixture in this round by OKR, who are a bottom tier team, so we've already had one upset this weekend, and certainly Paul Rowley will be hoping that his team can provide a second.
Gaz O'Brien there, the Salford fullback, collects the ball 20 metres out from his own line, and they're going to try and work out against a strong, committed Toronto defence. Greg Johnson there is put on his backside by Jack Bussey and Bob Bezic. Working the ball wide, looking for this man again, the strike option that is Justin Carney. Normally plays on the wing, but he's playing inside today and letting Josh Jones, who's in possession now, he's a big, strong man, slotted into Griffin's shoes, and it's a Salford penalty. The crowd rear up, you can hear in the stadium. Ironic cheers. The referee's not given much so far.
Yeah, I think the fans have got a bit of a feeling there that the Toronto Wolfpack have been lying on, been cheating, if you like, trying to slow the game down for Salford Red Devils, and this gives them a real chance now to get their team in Toronto's half and start thinking about some good ball sets where they're going to start attacking the line, looking at the third play through and get some points on the board.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's what your old teammate Keith Senior said to me, and the Salford boys didn't get a very deep kick there out on the penalty, and Lama Tarsi, the big prop from Saints, will drive the ball towards the Toronto Wolfpack sticks. Rashford out to Robert Louis. Oh, he's found a gap. Beautiful feet. A fantastic cover tackle by Andrew Dixon there. The second row from Toronto Wolfpack. Infield to Michael Dobson. Goes back to Gaz O'Brien. It's a good read, but quick hands gets out to Justin Carney. He's so dangerous near the line. Great defence there. QLT holding him down. Gaz O'Brien,
like a raging bull.
George Griffin, 2 steps to his left and tries to find the gap. Josh Wood out. Michael Dobson with a kick across field. Oh, Chris Wellham rises the highest. The first blood goes to Salford Red Devils. Chris Wellham, an experienced Super League campaigner, 102 tries for the Hull Kingston Rovers club over a period of nearly 10 years, Jonesy.
Well, what a great kick that was from Michael Dobson there. For those who are not quite sure what positions are in Rugby League, he's a bit like your quarterback. Everything revolves around him. He makes the big decisions, and the kick that he's put across there, it's a bit shorter than we usually see, because them crossfield kicks usually get right across to the centres, to the wingers, and it was just outside the sticks, which means the Toronto back rower, a middleman, has to defend it. Not quite used to doing that, and they couldn't quite out-jump Chris Wellham there. He's gone in there for an early try, and Salford Red Devils off the mark.
Salford have got 4 points. You get 4 points for a try. If Michael Dobson, the scrum half from the Salford Devils, kicks this kick, they get an extra 2 for the conversion, and it'll be 6-0. He should get it in front of the sticks. And he does, stroking it between
and
the
it's
sticks.
good. It's good. It's good. Woo! It's really interesting. It's really interesting, actually, Alex. Back in the day, so let's have a bit of a chat about the history of the game of rugby in American Football Rugby League. Some guy was playing soccer once upon a time.
Soccer?
And he picked the ball up, decided he wanted to start running, and then rugby was formed in the place called rugby. And then out of rugby that we still call rugby union today, somebody decided we want to change the rules, and it manifests itself in the Northern Union. And if I'm speaking too quick, just tweet in at rugby.co.uk, and I'm trying to get it in before the kick-off. And basically we ended up with the gridiron American football because somebody changed the rules to that, and we got rugby league. And originally a try came the term a try came because when you scored a try, you got up the line, you got a try at goal. But you didn't actually get any points. You didn't actually get any points for scoring a try.
I love that knowledge, Jonesy. And straight away, the Salford Devils, this is the criminal cardinal sin in rugby. An error off the first possession of the ball on the first tackle, an error, and it gives the Toronto Wolfpack possession back just 20 metres out.
It is a cardinal sin, but it happens so often. I think you score a try, you let off the gas, and a bit of concentration, particularly when the sun's overhead and it's melting down, beaming on top of your body, and it gives Toronto a great chance going down short side to regain 6 points.
Liam Kay gets the ball inside. Big J Kemet's he's a workhorse. He's got through a lot of work in the first 20 minutes of the game, 15 minutes of the game. Bob Bezic now, Fui on the short ball. Liam Kay in the corner for the Toronto Wolfpack. Absolutely outstanding. My boy Liam Kay, he needs to sort his hair out, and he definitely needs an haircut. I said that to him before kick-off, but it'll do for me there, getting the boys back on side and making a few meters inside to make the kick easier as well, Jonesy.
Yeah, it just felt to be ruthless. Salford Red Devils, they've not gathered the kick from the kick-off. They could have been marching Toronto back down at their own half. Instead, they've given up possession, and what a well-worked play by the Toronto Wolfpack there. It's definitely a Paul Rowley, Brian Noble type feel. Position, getting in there and getting himself a set play down the short side. I think right from the scrum they've worked that play, they know exactly what was going on and executed it with perfection.
Jonesy, I've got to give a big shout out to our streaming partners today, the Sports Bible. Obviously everyone knows who the Sports Bible is. They've got 10 million followers out there, and they're sending this game globally across the world, and people like Stephen Hurst and Lenny McCarthy have tweeted into @AlexSimmonsTV, @RugbyAM, and they're telling us all about it, and they're saying commentary is so cool, gets emotional about an action and hardly ever finishes the sentence. Cheers for that, Steve. I just love the game. We love rugby league, don't we, Jonesy?
Certainly do. We love it, mate. We're evangelising it. We want to get out to the rest of the world, and meeting people like Monty Gatti from Ohio, Georgia this week, and how enthused he is at the potential of playing rugby league in the United States of America. I think this game could really take off, not just in America but in Canada and all over the world. What we need to do is tell people who are following such as the Lad Bible about the game and give them an opportunity to judge for themselves. It is good, Simo. It is good.
It is good. It's all good here. Craig Hall have levelled the scores up. It's 6 points all, and I'll tell you what, the Salford Red Devils, they'll know they're in a game today, Jones.
They are in a game. They're in a game against some quality players, and I said Toronto Wolfpack are a third-tier team at the minute, but that's only because they've got to go through the system like everybody else. They're not a third-tier team on paper. They've got some real quality out there, and in these early stages, they've shown that they're going to compete with the Salford Red Devils all day long today.
Right, Gareth O'Brien will kick the ball, returning it to Salford Red Devils. Blake Wallace, Ryan Briley is underneath it, and he gives it inside to Fui. Look at that. Has he run over you once or twice, Jones, in your career?
Over the course of my career, I've had a couple of decent shots on him, but majority of the time, sits me on my backside. But the thing that Fui wants to do is finish on his belly. He wants to finish on his front, on his hands and knees, which enables him to get up and play the ball really quick and get the next man going forward.
When this man, the man who's in possession now, QLT, the fullback from Toronto Wolfpack, when he left the Sheffield Eagles, I think Keith Senior cried. He was their star man, and he's brought across in one of the first names that Coach Paul Rowley wanted when he took on the challenge, and the ball's going wide here. Liam Kay's in a great position if you can find him. Inside ball, QLT for the Sticks. He scored for the Toronto Wolfpack. The Toronto Wolfpack take the lead right now, AJ Bell Stadium. The crowd go round, there's plenty of Toronto fans down here.
There certainly are, and I've seen some Wigan fans down here with Toronto kit. I think everybody's buying into the dream, and the Salford players are walking on side thinking, what on earth are we in for here tonight? We're going to have to really start pulling our fingers out, because I tell you, the more points that Toronto rack up, the more difficult it's going to be for Salford to get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, I'm absolutely excited. Craig Hall's got a kick in front of the Sticks to make it 12-6. The Salford team are having a debrief. Greg Brown, the trainer, just run over there with some words of wisdom from Coach Ian Watson. But this game is not disappointing, and it is going live to a global audience. New people who might start to love the game of rugby league. How good is it going to be in 2025 when the World Cup goes to America and Canada?
It'll be brilliant. It'll probably be the time, and it won't be long after I finish playing, having spent 20 years playing the game, that the game will go global, and they'll get paid more than footballers and American footballers, and I'll miss out on it. I'll be still living in Bramley, but you can guarantee I'll be out there evangelising the game, telling you everything that I know, passing on every piece of knowledge that I've learned over the great journey of rugby league, on the vehicle of rugby league, to the next generation of supporters.
Right, Gareth O'Brien trots up now to the halfway mark, takes the cone, places it. The boys are walking back. They look a little bit shell-shocked, to be honest. The Salford Red Devils, the Toronto Wolfpack, have come to win today. Without a doubt, they've come to win. The ball goes wide. Ryan Brealey's underneath. It's safe hands. And here he comes again, ramping up the Fui Moi Moi. Parramatta, superstar. 202 games for Parramatta in the NRL. He was a star over there, and he's a star over here as well.
Certainly is. And the big thing about rugby league, there's not many pads. There's no helmets. There's a big inflammatory response during a game like this, certainly for somebody like Fui Moi Moi, whose job is just to get battered for 60 to 80 minutes.
This man there just passed the ball, number 4, Craig Hall. He's the club captain of Toronto Wolfpack. He's a man that can play anywhere across the back line. Please don't underestimate how talented this man is. Number 4 for Toronto Wolfpack. Watch out for him. He's definitely been the form player for the Toronto, but when we talk about form, these guys have scored points for fun so far this year. Yes, they're playing in League One, but they can only beat what's in front of them. That's right, Jonesy.
Certainly is, and I'm just really impressed with the structure of Toronto Wolfpack. Now, some teams will have a look, they'll play with the team. Other teams play with a bit of structure and field position, and for me, Toronto just look good all around us today.
Salford are throwing the ball around. They've come to play as well. Ben Murdoch-Masilla goes wide to the try scorer, Chris Welland. He's surrounded by Wolfpack defenders. They're committed, they're organised, they're focused. Ball goes inside. Greg Johnson, the winger, taking it in. He's got great quick feet. He's a very, very fast individual, one of the fastest wingers in Super League. Josh Wood into Robert Louis, out to Michael Dobson, the trickster, the man who's pulling the strings, wrapped up Craig Hall, all over Gareth O'Brien. Get on with it. The referee says Josh Jones is the big thing. Running back in field. He's taken down by Laithwaite and Fui Moi Moi. 5th tackle now. Dobson puts the kick in. QLT should be safe underneath this anyways. Driven back into his in-goal low. Great work from Josh Wood and Gaz O'Brien, and now it's a drop out for Toronto under the sticks. The ball will be returned to the Salford Red Devils. It's a good response from Salford. They needed that, John.
It is a good response. I mean, look at that driver in the tackle there. They didn't just get him in goal. They've almost drove him into Manchester City Centre. The Salford Red Devils are really replying here with a great response. And they've got big Craig Kopjak coming on, who's going to carry this ball and try and get them into a position to really attack the Toronto line. But what a great job. We're going to ask you, Simo, about Eric Perez and the people that he's brought in, and the organisation in the Wolfpack is just phenomenal for such a young team in its infancy, isn't it?
Mate, Eric Perez, a local man from Toronto, has been evangelising rugby league in Canada and Toronto and North America for the past 6 years with his own TV show. He dared to dream, Jonah. He dared to dream, and David Argyle on the team bought into that dream, and his dream was realised in Toronto Wolfpack. I can't begin to tell you what a fantastic job the man's done for rugby league globally, and Toronto. You're the first ever, the first transatlantic rugby league brand. George Griffin now takes the ball forward. We're into the Toronto Wolfpack 20. Salford ramping up. They want to get back on level terms. Craig Kopjak, the big Welsh prop, captain of Wales, will be heading to the World Cup this year. Dobson, short ball, Louis, out to Gareth O'Brien. Oh, it's intercepted by Liam Kay.
Play on.
Try for Salford. What happened there? Liam Kay seemed to intercept the ball. In collision, lost the ball. Player was called by the referee. There's no video ref, obviously. It's not a Sky game. Jonesy, what's your interpretation of that? I think
the referee's got it bang on. He intercepted the ball, but he's put it on the floor, and it's back to one. Not only has he given a chance for Salford to get over, but even if they'd have been tackled short, it'd have been another set of 6 to Salford. I think the referee's made a great decision.
The referee seemingly getting that one right. It's a sad scenario for the Toronto Wolfpack. They'll have to regroup. under that sticks there, having a quick word. What kind of thing do you say to your teammates, Jonesy, when you've just had a try scored against you?
Well, I think Toronto in particular, they're coming in this game underdogs, and the idea is to get into the contest, and they're very much in the contest. They're still in front at this stage, and it's just to regroup, keep doing more of the same. Think about the field position. I think it was a penalty down here that allowed Salford into the Toronto half. They're going to stay disciplined, they're going to keep concentrating, because I think it was Vince Lombardi, Alex, that said that fatigue makes cowards of us all, and as the game goes on, fatigue will set in, and it's how tough mentally the Toronto Wolfpack are concentrating and sticking to their game plan.
I'm just going to run you through now, Jonesy, the last 6 results for the Toronto Wolfpack. 76-0 victory at London Scullers, 24-10 against Whitehaven, a win again. London Broncos 30-26, a great result in the last round of the Cup. Keighley 48-21, Doncaster 82-6, and the North Wales Crusaders 80-0. Bearing in mind Leeds Rhinos only beat Doncaster 64-28, it shows you this team have got real class. It takes a lot for any team to put 80 points on a team.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I think that Whitehaven scoreline there is a bit more of an indication as to where it's at. I think they're playing Halifax today in the Challenge Cup, but that 24-10 result there just gives you a bit of an indication of how good this Toronto Wolfpack side are. They're not a third tier team on paper, as I said, but they've got to go through the process and build their way up to Super League. But I think with the vision that Eric Perez and Brian Noble and Paul Robley have got, they want to be in Super League playing against the best in the world if they can within 4 or 5 years.
As Dobson waits to take the kick, there's a nervous hush around the stadium as one of the Toronto Wolfpack players lies on his back down, being treated by the medical staff. Also, Fui Moi Moi has just been replaced by Richard Whiting, aka Stilts. He played a long time at Hull. He's a bit of a Hull legend, and he's come to lend his experience to the Toronto Wolfpack. But there is a bit of concern about one of the boys who's down injured. We'll keep you updated as soon as we get some information about what's happening. But Richard Whiting is ready to come onto the field.
Another experienced player, and again this Toronto team are full of experienced players. Some of them played in the best of games, in the biggest of games, Challenge Cup finals, Grand Finals, in the NRL, as you've mentioned there with Fui. And what's been surprising or really stood out for me about this Wolfpack group is how much some of these players are keen to sign them professional forms with Toronto and be a part of this journey with them, despite the fact that their own ground is thousands of miles away on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. And but they're so excited, and it's, for me, it's just so exciting to be a part of it and to see that grow. Have we got any questions, Sim? Have we got anybody tweeting in? I'm
going to check the Twitter now. If you would like to tweet us any questions or even get a shout out, tweet us at RugbyAM or at Alex Simmons TV. Jonesy won't have social media. I don't blame you. I'm coming round to your way of thinking a little bit, but you're not a big fan of social media, are you, Jonesy?
It's not that I'm a big fan, I'm just busy. I like investing my time and energy in the people, not technology. So, but it's good, it's got its purposes, one of which might be for people to tweet in, show us how engaged you are in this game today, and just ask us any questions. If there's anything we can help you with in terms of this game today, give us a shout and we'll do our very best.
Wolfpack USA said, get in QLT. Big shout to Easy Aussie as well, who said, great coverage, thanks from Toronto, go the pack. Hashtag run with the pack. That's the hashtag they've been using. Great work from the Sports Bible. Me and Jonesy on live stream this afternoon. That's from Daniel Fowler as well. Big shout to Danny Fowler. So anyone who's got any questions, wants a shout out, wants maybe a rule explaining, who's not sure on a rule, who's new to Rugby League, please by all means tweet us in at RugbyM or at Alex Simmons TV, and we'll give you the little bit of knowledge that we've got, and we'll try and explain what we can, Jones.
A little bit. I've got a question as well. The Wolfpack. Now they'll know a little bit more than me in Canada about wolves. They're making a lot of noises at the minute, and I've heard that wolves can't bark, Simo. Is that true?
Is that true?
Is that true? That's what I'm
asking.
Can
wolves bark? Can anybody tweet us the answer?
Wolves do. Is it a case of the can't bark or the won't bark? What is it? I've heard
the
that
howls.
Wolves.
Oh,
the howl. Yeah,
give us your best howl, Jones. Go on the pack. Are you supporting Toronto today? Are you a Toronto fan for the day?
I don't know. I think Toronto would be a great second team. I really like. So my amateur days was at Stanley, which was it a black and white kit? So my early days, my early memories was playing in a black and white kit. I really like the whole brand setup of the Toronto Wolfpack. I think it's fantastic. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of fans from other clubs down there in the crowd today that are from England and have got parent primary clubs who are wearing the Toronto kit. Yeah,
without doubt. We're just looking down on the gantry and we can see owner Marwan Kukash underneath us. Jeff Tuvey's here as well today. Derek Beaumont as well from the league club. It's a bit of a who's who of rugby league today, all tuned in. One thing I always think, Jonesy, because we go to all the games up and down the country with the Rugby MTV show, there's a massive media following today. They've really bought into the Wolfpack dream, and the media over here definitely buzzing for the Toronto Wolfpack.
Well, people say, don't they, when something seems too good to be true, it usually is, but this really is really good, and it is true. It's happening, Timo, and I think everybody wants to see it keep growing. What are we laughing at?
I'm just laughing at you explaining too good to be true, and it is. It's looking out across Manchester now. Salford, for anyone who's looking for it on a map globally, is about, you could probably spit on Manchester from Salford. Is that about right?
Yeah, probably. Well, if you've got Google Maps right now, there's a big ski slope in Manchester. It's a bit like the Escape. What's it? Chill Factory.
It's called.
Chill Factory. Me and Simo can just see it. And there's an flyover motorway, the M62 there, and we can probably kick a ball about halfway to it. So that's where we're at. It's where Sale Rugby Union play a lot of their games as well. It's a nice little stadium, and it's embarking on some new history. Previously at the Willows, which is a great ground. I don't know if you ever went to Willows, Alex.
No, I missed out.
Played there a lot of times with Leeds Rhinos against the Salford Red Devils, or City Reds as they were known back then, against players like Malcolm Olker, who were local Manchester boys and a big part of what this club was. And this club's got a lot of history as well in the Challenge Cup, with the Lance Todd award winner being from this place, and we're seeing Toronto player getting carried off here and getting a big standing ovation or certainly a round of applause.
It's never nice to see anybody injured, as Dobson takes the kick on the field to take the scores level, 12 points apiece. We'll give you an injury update as soon as we've got it, as the Toronto Wolfpack making their way back now to the halfway mark, and Craig Hall is about to take the kick as I try and work out who's gone off injured there.
Well, Ryan Bailey seems to have come on there, Simo.
Ryan Bales is into the action. Ryan Bailey is a new signing for the Toronto Wolfpack, and he's a man he's loved to be hated by the opposition.
He's a pantomime bad guy, is what he is.
He's the pantomime bad guy, the original. Robbie Lewis collecting the ball there, 20 metres out from his line, and Salford Red Devils are back in the game. Craig Kopchak calls for this on a short ball, and he's going to drive it forward into the line. And this is what you call the arm wrestle. Explain the arm wrestle, Jones. You're right in it now.
The arm wrestle is when you're getting out through your sets of six, and they'll kick and you get the ball back and return it through the set of six. And the arm wrestle is basically to see who can break first, either through an error or a penalty, or make a break through the line to score a try and get better field position.
The crowd shout, get into him! Jack Bussey getting stuck into Mark Flanagan, opposite number 13s. There's no messing about here. Ryan Bailey straight into the action. He's aggressive, he's big, he's strong, he's nasty, and he's a Wolfpack star in the making, without a doubt. Oh! Big shot from Bussey. The crowd are booing, but they're here to play. This isn't the NFL. There's no pads in rugby league. The referee stopped the play. He's going to go back in field. He didn't see it. There's no video ref. We saw it. Gareth O'Brien kicked the ball, a high ball, and Jack Bussey absolutely smashed him into pieces. He knocked the pony out of him, Jones.
Well, I remember watching an episode at Simpsons, Simo, where they an ice hockey game, and they started pulling seats up, and some of the Salford fans look like they want to start throwing seats up and throwing it on, and it's a shame. Usually we've got Sky Television screens, we've got screens all around the game, and we can see the replays. I missed it all, so I'll have to take your word for it, but it certainly dragged some real emotion into this game.
I'll tell you what, the Twitter is going wild here. Big shout to Ben Noble, to Gus Marshall, big shout to the pundit. He said that Salford try make no sense, he's a newbie from Toronto. Buffalo Red says, is Reece Jacks playing? Reece Jacks is on the bench, he is in the game, he'll be here soon.
We've got Samuel Mercer. Wolves can back, as far as I know. Dingoes can't back.
What, is that true?
Well, I don't
Dingoes
know.
can't back.
Just because it's on
Big
Twitter, I don't mean
Bale's
it's true.
running the ball in. He's going to get stuck into him today. He looks ready, he looks fired up. And it's a penalty to the Wolfpack. And Bales puts his foot jack.
That's why they
We're
signed
onto
him.
it now.
That's why they signed him, to bring some heat.
The players running. Explain the term biff, because
Biff.
we always say a bit of biff. I love a bit of biff. We used
of
to have a
biff.
shoulder charge. It's been taken out of the game. The game's getting a bit soft for me.
I think it had come from Batman days, wasn't it, when he used to go biff,
Biff,
pow,
pow.
whack, smash. And that's what it's about. It's the physical side,
Jay Kennett has done
the
a
illegal
shift.
physical side.
Ryan Bailey, watch him now. Short ball from Bezic. He'll run that ball in and he'll give it to him. No, they go the other way. They turn it round. QLT. It was read by Josh Jones. He tried to steal the ball, but QLT retains it in possession. Bailey running hard. Go on, Bales.
Ooh, put my bad guy. He's only got 3 teeth in his head and he don't brush them. That's where it's at.
Jake Emmett now. Good hands. Out the back. Through a gap. Blake Wallace. No, it's closed very quickly by the winger Greg Johnson. The Toronto Wolfpack with Bob Bezic. Short to Andrew Dixon. Tries to find the hole. Lifted by Robbie Louis in the tackle. And it's the 5th and last. The ball will go out to Ryan Briley. He'll put a kick in. No, they're running it. Craig Hall. Little dab through into the in goal. Oh, he's fumbled it. It's a dropout. I thought it could have been a try. It was inches from a try there for Johnny Powell. No.
Well, I think when it's worth explaining, whenever a team player grounds the ball within his own in goal, it serves almost as if they've kicked the ball dead. It makes the ball dead, and essentially they've got to drop it out and get another set of 6. But certainly Toronto looking to have a bit of ascendancy. For me, the catalyst being Ryan Bailey. Come on, made an impact off the bench. He's like a chili, like a giant chili injecting heat into the dish.
Absolutely love that. He's a bit like Marmite is Bales. People love him or they hate him, and what I love about him is he treats you with absolute clarity every single time you see him. He's a serious hombre. He runs the ball back now. Get that into you. I haven't seen him play like this for a long time. He's really
he's
happy.
Well, he's
really
been out of the game for a few months. He played in. Let's not forget, he played in the grand final last year for Warrington Wolves, who's another Wolf. He's come back straight back to the Wolf. And
he's through the gap! He's through the gap! Ryan Bailey is a try scorer and he scored on his debut for the Wolfpack.
Wow, we're talking about Ryan Bailey, then we're talking about Ryan Bailey, and it's like saving Private Ryan and Pirate Brian. It's going mad, but what another fantastic try right through the gap there, and wow, they're putting some punches on the Salford Red Devils team.
Mate, this is outstanding atmosphere down here. The Salford fans are unhappy, but the Wolfpack have come to town. It's 13 minutes to go to the... Who's being sent? Has he been sent off? Has he been sent off?
Who's that?
Justin Carney.
No way.
Is he sin binned? Is he sent off?
Has he banged somebody? It looks dejected.
I didn't see it. I feel like Chris Kamara. I didn't see it.
Oh no!
I didn't see it.
What have we done?
My first day commentating over the Chris Kamara.
Well, he's a bit of an hard nut. He knows that I swing punches.
Justin Carney. I think it's a Ryan Bailey incident with Justin Carney. It's a red card. It's a huge shout.
The Red Devil has been shown the red card.
Justin Carney, without doubt, the go-to player for the Salford Red Devils, has been sent off. I'm not sure why. I didn't see it. Did you see it, Jonesy?
I didn't see it. I don't know. Nobody knows. Somebody's tweeted in. Graham, is it Graham? Wolfing around. What's the crowd like in the AJ Bell?
Oh.
It is a little bit hostile. It's a decent crowd in this main stand. There's nobody in any of the other 3 stands. It is a lower tier Challenge Cup game. What would you usually get at this ground, Simo, Super League?
I'll tell you what, last year they were doing about 3,000-4,000 topside with the team on form, with great work by the community group, which is a strong community system at Salford. Marwan has been getting behind them. They're doing between 5, 6, up to 7,000 people. They're trying their best, but where the ground is, it's quite away from the Willows, and they still struggle to get some of those old fans back over to the new stadium.
It.
And he's missed the kick. Craig Hall misses the kick, but the Wolfpack are in front.
It's fair to say, Alex, that the
16 points to 12.
The average Super League crowd, for those who wouldn't know, it's not around 4 or 5, you're probably looking at what, 10 to 11 maybe?
I reckon it's about 10,000 people for an average crowd in Super League. You've got clubs like Leeds that regularly do 16, 17, 18,000. Wigan and Saints for the derby on Good Friday was up to 21, 22,000.
All OKR.
Hull KR, another 20,000 plus. Jonesy, you played because Hull KR have dropped out of the division. Hull and Leeds were teamed up together on Good Friday. You played in that game. Was it a busy stadium?
It was a busy stadium. They always are, you know. They love the fish and chips, they love fishing, and they love rugby league.
Right, we've got Stephen Williams, we've got Chris Wade. It's really enjoying the game. It takes you back to the days of Eddie Waring. The rules about the studs. Absolutely outstanding, mate. If I have half the career Eddie Waring, I'd absolutely love it. Right, here he is, Sticks, aka Richard Whiting. Wagger texted him earlier saying your ball swat looks bad from up here, fella. He's getting on his rich, but he's a good player, good pro. Oh, Andrew Dixon with a fumble, a knock on as we call it in rugby league terms, but a fumble to the North American audience.
It looks really interesting actually. The Toronto Wolfpack opting to play a little bit laterally for me. I think most teams like to get a bit of a roll going forward. They like to earn the right, quote unquote, in inverted commas, to be able to play and pass the ball. But Toronto are looking to pass the ball early, and with that comes the danger of spilling it, putting the ball on the floor, and conceding possession deep in your own half.
Yeah, the scrum weren't for. Let's just retake actually for a second, because Salford Red Devils down to 12 men. Jonesy, if you're down to 12 men at this stage in the game, it's not even in the second half. It's going to be. You're going to have to dig in. It's really funny, you know, because I did a dinner the other night with. It's fiery today. The boys are up for it. I did a dinner the other night with Yestin Harris, and he told me about a game where Barry McDermott got sent off in the same round as this against Wigan at Headingley Stadium in the first half. They were down to 12 men, and at half time they all looked each other in the face, and they've been saying all week on training camp, beat Wigan, beat Wigan, beat Wigan. And Leeds went out in that second half and they put them to the sword, so it can be done with 12 players.
Oh mate, I think sometimes those bits of adversity within a game makes the team a better team. They come together, you get that team cohesion, and it gives you something extraordinary to fight for.
I always say take the two, Jonesy. They should have took the two there for me, but they're going for the points. They're going for the points off, and you can't really blame them.
You can't blame them, no. And Toronto are very ill-disciplined. If they're not careful, they're going to get somebody sent to bin.
They could be on a team warning now. They could be on a team warning because they've had 4 penalties. He's calling Craig Hall, the captain, over for a chat. He's the referee today. He's going to warn him and say, look, you've got to cut out this messing about the play of the ball. 3 penalties on the bounce, and Salford still don't take the 2. 10 minutes to go.
A team warning, for those who don't know, is the next infringement, the next penalty that's similar, they will be sent to the bin, which is a yellow card.
Inside ball from Rob Louis to Gaz O'Brien. Bales is ragging him. He's getting stuck in. The crowd don't like it. They don't like it. He's lost the ball in possession. The centre picks the ball for the Wolfpack. Ben Murdoch was still trying to drive him back and bully him. He's a big, horrible man. Liam Kay gets in for a ruck. He falls over twice, but he's still on his feet. And backing into Craig Kopjak, and he gets the Toronto Wolfpack to the 20-metre mark.
They're going wide again, the Toronto. They're shifting the ball, which is difficult to defend, and they're playing deep in their own half as if they're in Salford's half.
Why would you do that? Why would
you
flick a ball out like that? So just take the tackle. They've got to play the ball. He's giving a knock on.
Yeah, accidental knock on by Salford.
Accidental knock on. But I'll tell you what, they can't. If they want to win this game, they can't be playing like that. Surely, Jonesy.
Well, can they? This is a question, Alex, because they're getting some joy. They're making meters. It's high risk, but if you've practiced it and you back yourself, why wouldn't you have a go? It's interesting.
They're on fire. They're confident. They've got loads of flair. Paul Rowley teams traditionally throw the ball around, but sometimes you just got to stick it up your jumper, as Steve-O would say.
Stick it up the jumper.
Stick it up your jumper.
Well, you know, some of that's, it's a bit chilly up here in Crowes. If it's all right with you, I'm going to put your Canada Goose coat on.
I've got my Canada Goose.
You got a Canada Goose?
I bought it with me, supporting the Wolfpack. Go on the Wolfpack. He's a bit cold, Jones, of that.
Freezing, mate.
He's freezing. The ball is kicked into touch by Craig Hall, and the Toronto Wolfpack get a few more meters. Bob Bezic will play the ball short to Adam Sidlow. the big strong prop, drives the ball forward. Jake Emmett calling for the ball inside. He's a big man with good hands, and he drives into it. He's done a great shift today, Jake Emmett. He's been absolutely fantastic for the Wolfpack. Everything good that Toronto does starts with Bezic. Really. To Whiting. Whiting stealing yards towards the 10-metre mark. Briley inside. Drops off. Goes to Blake Wallace. Blake Wallace, I do believe, he's an Australian lad, but he's got heritage to North America and Canada, so he's nearly a local boy. But they have got some local players. Jake Emmett nearly breaks the line. Drops his shoulder there, the big prop. Bezic spins it out. Loads of room. And the through. Did he get the ball down? He's held up in goal. Held up basically means you go over the line with the ball, but you can't touch the ball. It's only a try. It's not like American football where you run into an in goal. You have to touch the ball down on the floor, controlled possession to get the try. He ran over the line there and was held up with players underneath him. So the ball is turned over as it last play the ball, and Toronto defend again. Salford is struggling to get out of the half now. They need a bit of magic. Robert Louis out to Chris Wellham. Inside, outside. Gets the ball over the 20-metre mark. Greg Johnson, Murdoch Whistler pushing players off. Inside, Adam Wall, brother of Jordan, one of the Warren brothers, the local boys for this Salford team. They're going to have to do it tough now, Salford. Michael Dobson pulling the strings, goes right to Louis, puts the kick in, goes deep. Once again, Andrew Dixon absolutely knocks the stuffing out of him after the kick, and I think it's going to be a penalty to Salford Red. I'm not sure what's happening now.
It's a penalty, Simo, and whenever you give a penalty, it's wherever the ball lands is where the ball's turned over, essentially. So Robert Louis just got his team another 30, 40 metres.
He's trying to even up the scores now, the ref?
I don't think so. I think Toronto.
He's all right. He's got away with the warning.
I think Toronto are putting a bit of body about. They're being very physical. They're sending out their presence, probably just going a little bit over the top, which is a shame because if they want to win this game, discipline is going to be key. Salford are already down a man, so they don't have to go mad with expenditure of energy, but they can't afford to be defending their line too often.
This year, let's remind everybody, it is a World Cup year, 2017, going down under to Australia, who obviously have won the World Cup more than any other nation. It's a great competition in the NRL. The next World Cup in 2021 will be here in England as we bring it back after we had the 2013 World Cup and did a great job at hosting that. And then 2025, the World Cup will be in Canada and America. Really exciting times for the game in North America and Canada, mate.
Certainly will, but before that we've got a Challenge Cup fixture here. It's a wide ball by Lewis.
Wide to Greg Johnson in the corner.
And there you go. Even though Salford are a man down, they still managed to outstrip the Wolfpack. And again it comes back to the fact that they're giving penalties away. Their ill discipline has given upfield position and allowed Salford an opportunity to get back into this game, which they've capitalised on.
Right, Stephen Williams has been really helpful on the Twitter. He said, tell fans to go to usarl.com for an American explanation of the rules of rugby league. You can check that out. That's usarl.com for an American explanation of the rules of rugby league. Ben Noble said, we're the new Chris Kamara's, mate. We didn't see it, Josie, we didn't see it.
At least we know somebody's been sent off. We do know that, and we will find out why at some point.
And he has put Toronto on a warning as well. So Jake Emmett has, I think he's being substituted now.
He's had a good game as well, Simon. He's put himself
Emmett,
about.
he's a big fella. There's no messing about.
He's a round thing, isn't he? He's like a sofa from DFS. He takes some wrapping up, but he's just been carting the old pigskin up the field all afternoon.
Big shout out to Tommy Gascoigne watching the game. He says, great game and great commentary. He's enjoying it. If you want to tweet us today, you can tweet me at Alex Simmons TV, and you can also tweet us at Rugby M. Rugby M is the only magazine show in the UK, and we're on TV each and every week. We go all around the country, and it's a pleasure to be here today at the AJ Bell Stadium as the mascot Marwan the Devil bangs the drum, getting the crowd up for this one, because They're a bit down at the moment after the sending off of Justin Carney in the first half. Robert Louis receives the ball inside to Mark Flanagan. He's definitely the best looking forward in rugby league, wouldn't you agree, Jonesy?
Mark Flanagan, yeah, there's a bit of controversy to how boring he is. He's a nice bloke though.
He's a top fella. Salford Red Devils look like they're getting a bit of confidence now, even though they're down a man. Inside ball to Ben Murdoch-Masilla, and this guy is like a steam train. He takes some stopping, Jonesy.
Certainly does, and what he's trying to do is leave markers on the deck so you can get dummy half runs like that and keep Salford rolling forward, and Louis get it at first receiver, look to drop somebody off out the back to the master himself, Big Dobson, who gets sacked by a tall Craig Hall. Yeah,
Craig Hall, we spoke about him, the club captain for the Toronto Wolfpack. Rob Louis there, dabbing the ball down the line, getting it's a tactical kick and a sensible kick. With just 3 minutes of the first half remaining, Rob Louis there just dabs it into the side of the pitch and gets the possession deep in the Toronto half with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, and we mentioned already fatigue's going to play a big part in this game, particularly since Salford are a man down, and what this scrum allows them to do is just gives them 30 seconds of a breather, as opposed to turning the ball straight over to Toronto, which forces you to defend it. And these sort of tactics you'll see keeping in a little bit more as the game goes on from Salford.
Yeah, scrum. Oh, Craig Hall driven towards the touchline there. Dobson and O'Brien for the Salford Red Devils into Rich Whiting, who carries the ball into Jack and Flanagan, getting him on his back. Oh, landing on his front actually. Bob Bezic stands over at the dummy half, goes inside to Rian Braley. Fui back on the field and back fired up. Takes the Wolfpack towards the halfway, nearly 40 metres out. And Rian Braley here just delaying it. Oh, good hands. Johnny Powell coming back inside. Take the tackle, fella. Take the tackle. Bob Bezic will play the ball inside to Sid Lowe. We'll set him up for a kick now on the 5th tackle. Blake Wallace assessing his options. He's going to look deep. No, it's gone to the other side. They're running it again. Craig Hall will kick into centre field. Gareth O'Brien, can he drag him back into touch? No. He gets down on his hands and knees, and Salford have the ball on their own line. Josh Jones takes it out and is halted by Craig Hall and Johnny Powell.
I'll tell you what, Alex, I think Toronto Wolfpack are playing some really attractive rugby league. They're really expansive and they're happy to throw the ball out, where the Super League teams tend to be a little bit more conservative and a bit self-preserving in the way they play. And I think what Toronto are doing are really challenging the Salford defence.
Mate, their line speed, and when we say line speed, it's the speed you get off your own line in defence up to the attacking team is very, very impressive. QLT just lets the ball run under his foot, and Liam Kay will run the ball back. He's quick and he's strong. He's freakishly strong, Liam Kay. We used to have a good wrestle at work when we worked together back in the day. Liam Kay was actually my apprentice DJ about 5 years ago, and he chose a career in rugby league very sensibly because he wasn't the best DJ. I'll tell you that, Jonesy.
Really?
He wasn't the best, no.
What makes a good DJ, Simo? Tell me, what was he not good at?
You can count, as long as you can count to 8, you can DJ. I DJ'd for 17 years as a professional. Recently, hanging up the headphones for a career on TV with you. I'd much rather spend my nights, my days spent with you and my nights with my family rather than running around nightclubs across England and Ibiza and places like that. I did have a good career and I really enjoyed it, but I'll tell you, they're throwing the ball around. It's beautiful rugby. Out to Pownell. He's got to come inside. His right pinky toe stepped into touch.
Wow.
Just into touch.
I reckon he's got studs on today, and it was just a stud that got caught up on the white line, got his team in touch, and the hooter goes for the half time.
Goes for half time.
But mate, what an impressive first half from Toronto.
Look at Ryan Bailey now, calling his team together. Number 25, the man they love to hate, the other fans. He's calling them together. He's taking some real leadership. Ryan Bailey is an experienced campaigner. He's done it all. He's won 6 grand finals. He's lost a couple of grand finals, and he leads the team in now. They're jogging in together. A pack of wolves.
It's like the Mighty Ducks. They're coming off there in a great formation, like a little black hole. Ryan Bailey's brought his team together. and they're really excited with the way they've performed in that first half.
A few Salford fans shouting abuse at Ryan Bailey, and he gave a bit back. He's not going to take that off a fan, is he?
He's certainly not. He's had it all before as Ryan Bailey. He's been everywhere, but he's had a decent innings there. But credit to his team. They've played some risky rugby for me. They've managed to throw the ball about. They've not been shy, and they're asking Salford Red Devils some real questions.
We'll try and get Wayne Wagger Godwin up here for a little chat. He's a Salford legend. He's played for more. He's had more clubs than Tiger Woods, so they say, in rugby league. It's a great day. It's absolutely roasting. You're freezing up here at the back of the stand, but out on the pitch, it's going to be warm and it's going to be tough for the players to keep that intensity up in this heat, Jonesy.
Certainly is, and somebody's mentioned we're going to have to keep mentioning the score symbol because there's no scoreboard, my friend.
No scoreboard. Well, I'll find out what it is.
We'll find out. There isn't the scoreboard in the ground. There's
the scoreboard is actually broken. That's why. What score is it, mate? 18-16 to Salford. 18-16. We lost it. Scoreboard's broke. Yeah. With Steve, the legend commentator from Salford, who just told us two newbies the score. It's 18-16 Salford. We're going to write that down.
Yeah.
I've got my pen under there.
He's got a pen and paper, this fella, this old man.
Yeah, he's a legend, is this lad. It's a beautiful day. What I like about it, we're right in the heart. For anyone out there on the global audience who are wondering a bit about where we are geographically and what this area means to the people of England, we're really close to Manchester. And that means stuff like Oasis, like the Charlatans, some of the greatest music bands and the great music scene, a vibrant city, Manchester. And they're playing out, they're ringing Oasis out now over the PA system. Paul Weller, all those guys, all coming from around these parts. Ian Brown, the Stone Roses. It's a great scene, and it's rich in musical history, Manchester.
Certainly is. What we want though is it to be rich in rugby league history. It's probably because of the football, because of Man United, who are obviously world famous, Manchester City and other football clubs. It is a heavily football orientated area, and rugby league is still something that we certainly need to keep planting, keep seeding, keep growing in and around this area geographically, but certainly globally with the Toronto Wolfpack. That's really exciting. A really close game here in this Challenge Cup encounter. A full tier of league separating these two teams, and a heck of a lot of league positions as well. Salford Red Devils being right at the top of Super League in and around third position, while Toronto right at the top of the first division on the third tier there, but certainly performing much like a Super League outfit in the opening 40 minutes of this Challenge Cup fixture.
18-16 the score to Salford Red Devils. They're at home at the AJ Bell Stadium, but they've had a man sent off. Controversially, in true Chris Kamara fashion, we didn't see it. We were looking around and it all kicked off, and Justin was sent to the stand. We just interviewed him before the game. We were really looking forward to it, and without doubt he is the biggest strike player for Salford. As we look over into the distance, and we can see our very own Rugby AM team there playing a game of mousetrap with a couple of Toronto players that you'll be able to see on our website rugbyam.co.uk. Please follow us on Twitter at rugbyam, get involved, and don't forget to follow the Wolfpack. That's at TO Wolfpack on Twitter, and make sure you hashtag run with the pack.
Certainly can, and there's a few tweeting in there talking about Oasis and how much they love it. There's some real history and heritage around here. It's great to be a part of it, and part of this great event as well, because it's actually history making. This is the first out and out real game for Toronto Wolfpack, and boy are they making some good signs, some good signals so far. Really pleased for the likes of Eric Perez, who's worked for so many years to make this happen, and we're seeing the real manifestation of his dream come to fruition this afternoon. It's really exciting.
Big shout to Chris McPhee, an ex-London Broncos season ticket holder, now living in Toronto, and love the RL's here. Time for the broadcast. We've got also a big shout to Ryan Anarchy. Says, you guys are doing a great job. It's great to see the game rugby expanding across the globe. Hashtag Wolfpack, top lad. Good for me, kid. Bradley Jackson, watching online, is unable to make the match. The commentary is hilarious, like the British Vossi.
Vossi.
He's a good bloke. Andrew Voss. I met him at the World Cup. and he said a few absolute quality comments at the Halifax versus Tonga game. I was sat next to him in absolute stitches in 2013.
It's unbelievable. The Australians got a different paradigm, completely different outlook on the British way of life. We are a little bit odd, aren't we, to the outsiders, us Northerners, us Yorkshiremen, us Lancastrians, a little bit strange to the rest of the world, but that's what we celebrate. That's our history, our heritage, and that's what we want to push out to the rest of the world through this great vehicle of rugby league.
I'm going to give you all a little tip now. If you've never had one before, it's called a Yorkshire pudding, and Yorkshire pudding is all I can describe. It is life. Hashtag Yorkshire pudding is life. You need to get involved. Yep. It's really simple to make. It's eggs, milk, flour and water. And I'm going to teach you, Jonesy, this is how you make it, right? You don't even need a measuring. Put 3 eggs in a bowl. Right. Whatever height the 3 eggs is, the same amount of height as flour, yeah? Yep. Then you need half that height. So it's 1/3 eggs, 1/3 flour, and half a third water, and half a third milk. A little dash of salt, yeah? Whisk it up so it's really nice and smooth. Get a beautiful batter. And here's the tip. You need to put your tin in, a baking tin, whatever kind of tin you want to cook them in. Little muffin tins, you have little ones. You need to put oil in the tin. The muffin man. Oil in the tin and get it up. Bang your Yorkshire pudding tin in for a good 10 minutes in the hot oven. Bang it as hot as you can. And then the oil will be boiling up when you pour the batter in. You'll see it sizzle. Yep. A good 10 minutes in the oven till it's nice, crispy, light, fluffy. Have that with gravy. You have not lived.
A bit of gravy running. I'd pay 12 quid right now for one.
12 quid?
I'm hungry, mate.
Shall we get some pies in?
Well, let's explain. So the Yorkshire pudding's Yorkshire. Yeah. A great game of rugby league is predominantly, not always, not exclusively, but it's in the north. In Yorkshire, which is a big county, on the east side of the north, we've got Yorkshire puddings. On the west side, we have pies. Wigginers. They make pies. So they put all kinds of stuff inside pies, and that's it. We're in Lancashire, we're that side, so we need a pie.
I'm going to tell you a true story now. This is true story. When I was DJing and making music, I used to make music in a place called Leyland. We had a studio in Leyland. Leyland's near Preston.
I know. I've been to a few churches there.
Yeah, and I went to Leyland, and I reckon you've seen how big the pitch is. The Leyland High Street is about as long as a pitch, and on that you can imagine there's about 7 or 8 shops either side of the road. There must have been, out of those 16 shops, a good 8 of them were bakeries.
Wow!
Right, and I went in and I said, "Oh, do you want a sandwich? What do you want?" And I saw up on the wall a Wigan Bap. What do you think's in a Wigan Bap?
It must be a pie sandwich.
A pie sandwich?
Oh,
a pie sandwich?
Oh dear!
Unbelievable scenes.
That's like
scenes that day.
That's like a bread sandwich. That's crazy. A bat, by the way, is a bread cake, or
a barm cake.
Or barm cake if you're sort of far side.
Or a stotty if you're in Newcastle.
Yeah. Stotty? Basically, in the English language, depends on where you live. Still,
it's amazing because in England, like you could be 10 miles away. Just 10 miles away from someone, and they'll speak completely differently. It's like a different language. The dialects, the accents are unbelievable.
I think we've got camera on us here.
We've got camera on us.
Hey,
you can see us. Hey! Big shout out to the world. Woo! I'm Alex Simmons. This is Jamie Jones Buchanan.
In Alex Simmons' court.
Yeah, he's in my court.
Canada Goose.
Canada Goose supporting the Wolfpack.
We're not getting any money from Canada Goose, but if you've got any free courts, I'll have one.
Definitely. Absolutely outstanding. And when we come to Toronto, we really want to meet Drake and GSP. So if anybody out there knows Drake or GSP, we're coming on May the 6th over to the first game at the Lamport Stadium. We can't wait. I'm really, really excited because I'm going to go do everything I can do in Toronto. I want to go to see a Blue Jays game, a Raptors game. What else is there to do in Toronto? Tell me.
It's all about ice hockey, isn't it?
Ice hockey. They say a boot as well. A boot.
What's a boot?
But a boot.
A boot.
A boot.
Like this moose.
Yeah, so I want to go to Toronto. I want to see what everything's got to offer. So anybody out there in Toronto who wants to be my friend for like 3 days when we're over there, we're going to showcase Toronto, bring it back to the UK, show it to the UK audience, and we're really, really excited about it.
And I'm all into my heritage as well, so if there's something that Simo could bring back for me, as a bit of a souvenir, let him know what it is, so I can buy right into that kind of heritage. There's places like
I want
Halifax.
a Mountie outfit.
There's Halifax. I remember Mountie on American Wrestling.
Yeah, it was class. The Mountie.
Oh,
Look at that, putting a shot in. Right, we're going to go back to the pitch right now.
We're on the back.
We wrestle.
We're going to fall off. We're going to fall off.
Dominate.
Watch me back. Watch me back.
I just dominated Jones there. Salford run out. The crowd go wild.
Oh.
Without a shadow of doubt, the crowd going mad for the Toronto Wolfpack today. You know what? This is going to convert so many people onto the Toronto Wolfpack team because they've played outstanding. It's 18-16. I'll tell you what, the Salford players are walking back out. They're walking back. They look tired, Jonesy.
Well, they've got to get the tiredness out of them. If you want to win something like the Challenge Cup, which is the most prestigious trophy in rugby league history, one of the most historic cups in the whole of sport ever, full stop, then you've got to learn not to be tired and get through it. You've got to find a way through it. But listen, they've got a challenge ahead. They're a man down. They're going to be for the next 40 minutes. They can't sulk. They've just got to get on with this job.
Gareth O'Brien kicks the ball off. Blake Wallace inside to Fui. He runs hard, he runs straight, he runs fast at the Salford line. They're 20 metres from their own line. Ryan Bailey's calling for the ball. Rich Whiting taking it in now. Bales will take this carry without a doubt. Fui don't take it first. I think Fui's got the... here he goes, Ryan Bailey. No, out of the back, they're playing the ball again. Long ball to Liam Cahill, knocks it on. And this is what they can't do. They can't give the ball away cheaply. The possession's surrendered there. Just trying to play a little bit too much, Jonesy.
Well, listen, when your job's online, I think the self-preservation comes in, doesn't it? And you're a bit scared of throwing it about. Toronto, they're putting the best foot forward and they're not bothered about taking this, I think, today. I think their long-term, medium, short-term goals are to get out of that third tier, which they're going to do quite comfortably, I think, with the team they've got and where they're currently at. But in this Challenge Cup game, they could just throw caution to the wind and see if they can progress by playing expansive rugby. They are doing that, but unfortunately for them, the ball's going down as well, which is going to give Salford a chance to attack them here.
Big shout to Wolfpack USA, who says, my South African wife makes a killer Yorkshire pud. Well, if you're in Toronto, I will happily take one of those off your hands when I come over.
I wish she was here. Wish she was here right now. I love a Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, we would love one right now.
Gravy and onions, big slippery
20
onions.
metres out. Adam Wallen taking the ball in. They've got to hold them out here, Toronto. They've got to. Robert Louis looks. Ben Murdoch-Masilla. When he's so close to the line, he's so big, strong, and powerful. He's very difficult to put down. Takes 3 Toronto defenders to put the big man down. The ball goes out. Krasnicki out to Louis. Goes wide to Dobson. Steps for a gap. Puts the kick in. Powell and QLC gather the ball for the Wolfpack. The Wolfpack have got the ball back now. They need to keep and explain completion, Jonesy, to the international fans.
Well, completion is something that Toronto are not doing very well at the minute. It's the ability to get to end of your set of 6, kick down the field, and let the opposition team go through as much work as possible. What you don't want to do is not complete a set by putting the ball down, making an error, giving penalties away, and give the opposition team a chance to get field position. But certainly Toronto playing expansive. I think we've got Brian Noble, might be able to find out why. Yeah, we've got Brian Noble here. Can you just have a quick word with you, Brian? We're going out obviously through the Wolfpack website. Brian Noble, director of rugby at the Toronto Wolfpack. Oh, kicked out on the full. Oh. Are you happy with the first half, Brian?
Yeah, outstanding. Clean a few things up as always, tidy a couple of things up defensively, take the juice out of this Salford tank.
Absolutely outstanding there. He looks serious, he looks focused, just like his team on the field.
He's a genius, isn't he? He's good.
He is.
He is good. I've got a lot of reverence for Brian Noble. He's got a lot of respect in the game as a player, as a coach, as a pundit. He knows a great deal about it, and he's a bit like me. He's a bit abstract as well. He likes to cuddle. It's funny, it's a tough game. There's not many people sometimes like a cuddle, but it makes a big difference in terms of getting people up for it, and his team's really up for it here.
Apparently through our broadcast partners, the Sports Bible today, who are doing a fantastic job, and we thank them for helping to evangelise a great game of rugby league. Up to 1 million people are going to watch this stream today, so we're going out to 1 or 2. If you want to get in touch with us, you can tweet us at Alex Simmons TV or at Rugby AM, RUGBYAM. It's called Rugby AM because it was a breakfast radio show initially 5 years ago. Myself and Jamie, with the help of a good team around us, have built this into probably the only magazine TV show in the UK, and we've been thankfully accepted by the Rugby League audience, and we try our best to grow the game week in, week out on UK TV.
Certainly are. Toronto numbering off pretty well, but Salford really getting some nice shapes. But whenever Toronto are willing to take risks in defence as well, get some line speed, shooting out, get one-on-one tackles, they're closing down the Salford team really well.
Worthington there, number 3, ex-Leigh player who's been brought across by Paul Rowley, made a good read out of defence as Salford shipped the ball wide. He jammed in from his centre and read the play, made up Masilla. They've got to keep this defence up. They can't have a repeat set now. Gaz O'Brien at dummy half, out to Robert Louis. He's going to kick the ball. The big men underneath it, gathered up. Ball goes wide to Dobson, who's in the corner. Michael Dobson for the Salford Red Devils, and they get a little bit of breathing space.
Well, Dobbo, they've stripped him there, and I tell you now, Simo, if you could create a play where there's a bouncing ball involved in it, it would be the most dangerous play in rugby league, because everybody hesitates, everybody stops. And it was going on here. Dobson showed his enthusiasm. We talked about him being tired coming out at half time. He showed how enthusiastic he was being the first to that ball, picked it up to an outstripped Toronto Wolfpack defence, and he's got himself a decent score there in the corner with a kick to come.
Big shout as well to our very good friend Tyrone McCarthy, aka Tight Mac, watching the game down in Australia. He's playing for the St George Illawarra Dragons, having a great season. Gaz Widder absolutely killing it this year. Did you see his try of the week, Jonesy, when he didn't give up on the ball?
No, I've heard a lot about him though.
Wow.
He's been playing really well, and it's interesting when it comes to internationals. People like Luke Gale, George Williams, and we've always had this debate, haven't we, with our half-back pairing, but apparently he's smashing it over in the NRL.
Without a doubt, mate. If you want to watch and you're anywhere around the world, please tweet the link, facebook.com/Sport Bible. /Sport Bible. Get involved and watch the show.
The Bible.
Bible.
I like Bibles, especially on a Sunday.
Exactly. Today
I've been to church this morning.
You know, we should have been in church this morning, Jonesy. Missed it for this. We'll be going tonight though.
I'll be there tonight. Certainly will.
I was having a conversation because Jonesy is a top Christian, a devout Christian, and this year he's got me into church. I've really enjoyed it. It's helped me be a better person, I reckon.
Well, it's all about faith. It's not so much about performance, so I don't know about how I'll rate myself, but certainly something to think about, and looking forward to that. But Salford right out in front and just poking ahead. They've got a kick to come here. The score's currently 22-16.
22-16.
That Dobson try. This could make it 24. And then the Toronto Wolfpack have got some questions to start answering.
It's more than a converted. If he kicks this, it's more than a converted try away. And it's going to be tough because Salford have come out. The 12 men, Salford Red Devils. Please do not forget Justin Carney, the strike player, the big winger from the Salford Red Devils, sent off in the first half. I think it's for throwing punches. I'm not sure yet. We haven't been able to get a word from the boys, but we've got plenty of people tweeting in. Tweet us today at Rubbamo, at Alex Simmons TV, and get involved, and we'll give you a shout out and say hello wherever you are in the world.
Tony B says we're not selling our national dishes to the Canadians at the moment, but good effort, boys. And he's got his little dog. Is it a dog or an otter? We've got Adam Fogarty on phone.
Adam Fogarty's on phone. Answer phone.
Let's see. Adam Fogarty from Snatch. Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George.
Stay down.
Yep,
Fogarty, how are you, pal?
Gaz O'Brien there with the conversion.
Hold a second, mate. What was that?
Missing the conversion. It's 22-16 to the Salford Red Devils.
Certainly will do. Simo's got it. Give the social media a plug there. We're just doing we're doing it now. We'll do it right now, Foggy.
At your Wolfpack. Make sure you are following the Toronto Wolfpack. The website Toronto Wolfpack. Get yourself on there. Get yourself involved. And if you're going to buy a shirt, I would buy the away shirt because it's white and it's got a wolf on it and it's really smart. And Kappa make it. And Kappa, obviously, it's a legendary brand.
Kappa, I loved it from back in my early days, Simo.
The linesman's on the field. What's going on here?
Well, I don't know. There's a bit more
linesman's on the field. He's calling Jack Bussey over. The ref's telling him to calm down and go away. Something happened in the tackle there. The linesman saw. We were on the blind side of it, but it's a penalty to Salford Red Devils.
Eye tackle.
The ball into
tackle.
Touch. Eye tackle.
And the referee signals an eye tackle, which looks a bit like the Vogue, the opening Vogue of the dance. He separates it round. Strike a pose.
There's nothing to it, Vogue. Right now, Salford over the halfway line, looking confident, looking sharp. running the ball in. Penk. Oh, it's a knock on from Michael Dobson. It's a penalty to Wolfpack.
An accidental offside, was it?
Accidental offside, yeah.
But again, Toronto getting off the line, some great line speed, getting in the faces of people like Dobson and making him play early. What halfbacks don't want to do is play early. They won't have time to go to the line, pick out the pass, pick out the hole that the tick lines, the offensive runners are going to come into. And Toronto are not allowing Salford to do that, really causing them havoc in there.
Apparently, according to Bradley Jackson, Justin Carney's been sent off for dissent, Jonesy.
Dissent?
Sent off for dissent.
Dissent?
Mate, if you're going to get sent off, you've got to go for a reason, not dissent. It's Jake Emmett, who's had a great game in the front row. He's got good hands for a big boy, hasn't he?
Certainly has. And again, a big emphasis on having the ability to play. Jack Bussey causing all kinds of problems here.
Blake Wallace there.
Quite frustrating, actually.
Wallace show and go. Try to drop a shoulder. Kev Brown-esque. Bob Bezic stands 3 metres out from the Salford line. QLT. Was it a knock on? He's played it on. And Salford dive on the ball in the shape of Mark Flanagan. AKA the no, Jordan Walmsley. Big Kopchak now running the ball away like a big steam pig that he is.
It's like a felled tree, isn't it? He just keeps falling and you can't do it with him, Kopchak. He just like falls towards you.
He's a big Welsh wizard.
Boyo.
All right, Boyo. They'll be singing in the valleys tonight if the Salford win. Without a doubt. Josh Jones trundling up. The man who played for Exeter Chiefs Rugby Union came back after a long time out. Oh, Masilla bounced off Andrew Nixon, but he got straight back up and took his ankles.
Quick play
back
the ball.
in the line, quick play the ball. Robert Louis gathered up by Worthington and Brealey. I never seen Brealey make a tackle till today. They've been all over the shop. Outstanding.
He's mid three. He's on fire.
Come on, lad. And there he is, Gaz O'Brien. Sensible game management there. 22-16 up. They're a converted try ahead. The Wolfpack need a response, and where can you see it coming from, Jonesy?
Well, I mentioned earlier, denying the first half, that they will look to touch. They'll look to slow the game down. There's no reason, whilst they're in front, to be chasing this game and burning any more energy than they need to. What they need to do is just pin Toronto back in their own half and get the tackles really efficient, get the game pace slowed right down, and do all their energy expenditure when they've got the ball in hand.
Right, well, a couple of shout-outs. Wolfpack USA said Kappa need to make fat kits. I know the feeling, my brother. I know the feeling. I think he means for the larger man out there. Oh. There's a few slim kits. There is this new phenomenon with the fitted kit when you've got a big fella body and you might have instead of a six-pack, you might have a six-pack in the fridge. You don't always want a fitted kit, Jonesy.
It depends. Well, mate, I give up tea and coffee for Lent and dropped a few pounds. So, mate, I've still got a Kappa tracksuit and love the way it fits tight. From back when I was about 15, I remember going to Leeds Party in the Park, and there was a guy stood there, a big white one, and a Kappa tracksuit was what I wanted. Great
Bezic! He shimmied through a couple of players, quick play the ball, Blake Wallace. Out to Ryan Brealey, who spins the ball out to Craig Hall, who runs round Dobson, and he flicks the ball out, but again it's a little bit too pushing the boundary there, trying to make that game match winning play rather than just taking the tackle and getting some good field position.
I think what Toronto Wolfpack needs is a scouser. So for those who don't know, scousers are really good at calming things down. They've got calm down, just calm down, and they're the best in the country. So those outside of the UK watching from America and Canada, scousers calm it down. I think Donald Trump could do one outside of him at the minute to calm that down. But that's what they need to do at the minute. They're just forcing too many passes. They need to get back to completing sets and getting Salford deep in their own half. And for me, Toronto are losing a little bit of a grip of this game.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far from the Wolfpack, but this intensity that Salford play at is Super League intensity that the Wolfpack aren't used to it in week out, but they have fronted up well today, and obviously they've got an extra man on the field, and that will tell at a certain stage of the game.
It will, and Kopchak again made an impact as he's come on, looks to be cheating, trying to grab somebody in there as an old head. keep them in a rut. And again, Louis Simo is kicked it to touch. They're not bothered about playing risky, expansive rugby. It's not about how well you look. Sometimes it's just about getting a win. The Challenge Cup can be won boring, as we found out in 2014. Just put my hand in your pocket and found some number 7 for men.
Yeah, that's right, mate. It's when you've got tired eyes, it makes
some
it look
eye
good.
roll on.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's like you could call this wife material. Do you understand that? Wife material.
In what sense?
Because you know what, when you're a young lad, you love to go out with a flashy, beautiful, stunning woman. But when you settle down, and if you want a winner, you go with a steady egg who can look after you for the rest of your life, who's never going to let you down. And that's what Salford are right now, the wife material. They're playing steady rugby, they're not letting anybody down.
Interesting metaphor, that's it.
And the Toronto Wolfpack is that stunner who's dangerous, but could beat you at any time.
There's a bit of an insight into Alex Simmons' inner workings as Toronto again go for some wide, expansive rugby out to their right edge. That Salford living right up to it at the minute. They look to be going in a bit of confidence. I think you've already mentioned it, that extra little bit of fitness from Salford might be the difference in this Challenge Cup fixture.
Challenge Cup is the age-old cup. It's played at Wembley Stadium every year on Bank Holiday Friday. Gaz O'Brien leaping higher than QLT, taking the ball for Salford, and now Chris Wellen brings the ball out, shrugs one would-be tackler off and another, but they get to him eventually and get him on his back.
Gaz O'Brien coming up with a great take there, Simo. What's the chances of him coming up with a special play like he did in that £1 million game at the end of this one? How interesting would that be if Toronto could get it within a drop goal type scenario and see if O'Brien can come up with some more magic?
I'm not going to lie to you, I'm praying for Toronto to get the next try, to just bring us a bit closer together, because then you're going to see some real nerves as we get to the later stages of this game. The temperature has dropped a little bit, the sun's hiding for the time being, as Mark Flanagan drives the ball from halfway up to the 40-metre mark, and now on Lamatasi returns to the field, and they're just 5 drives in a kick, safe, steady, wife material rugby right now from Salford Red Devils. Louis goes to Josh Jones, who'll back his way up towards the 20-metre mark, with the players struggling to put him down. He's a much bigger man. He's a big fella.
He's like Tyrone from Snatch.
Inside ball, and he's dropped it. Krasniqi on with the error. The Polish, and the play continues. Oh, there's a fight here. There's a fight. Krasniqi on Dixon. Krasniqi on Dixon. Punches were thrown.
Masella's come in.
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang.
I think the best thing to do if Masella comes in is to lie down at field position and get out of the way.
Yeah, the boys are pushing each other about. Andrew Dixon there. I'll tell you what, he's got his number 11 in his back for the Toronto Wolfpack. He's got a man bun on his head, and that's brave, because you don't see many lads with man buns fighting.
No, you don't, but there's a few, and I like it, because the Vikings historically are some of the best fighters, warriors, and they love the bun, they love the ponytail. It's all part of their culture. I don't mind it, I don't judge. If I had there, I'd do something pretty wacky with it myself. But Simo, we've got Jay Messina wants to know, when you go over to Toronto, whether you'll make a trip to the Den.
The Den?
And would you consider DJing and bringing a bit of that English culture, Simmons DJ?
I'll do it. I will come to the Den, and I will DJ at the Den, and I will bring the tunes and bring the heat, bring the fire, bring the flavour. Not a problem. All the way from Leeds, England, we will take over the Den, and we'll have a smashing night. And I don't drink alcohol anymore, but we'll have a few waters, and we'll have a good laugh and have a dance, and it'll be great to meet the locals and have a tear up on the dance floor.
Big shout out to Jeff Card, Jack McDonald in Australia, John Keenan as well. Definitely hang out with you in Toronto. It's interesting because I think 49% of the population there is multicultural, the most multicultural city in the world. So
is that right?
Got a lot of
10 million people in Toronto.
Americans, Australians, British, French. Speak a bit of French, Simo, over there as well.
Voulez-vous
Quebec.
coucher avec moi ce soir?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Monsieur Pot.
Do you m'appelle Alex?
Mon pot.
I learnt a song in French. That's all I remember from my French lesson. Mrs. Jones from Boston Spa School. She wasn't my biggest fan, and that's why I did Spanish in the year 10.
Je habite to Bromley Centre.
Right now, the boys taking the ball up. Toronto are really up for today's game. I spoke to Liam Kay. We've got Wolfing around, says, what do you make? Oh!
Big shot.
Ben Masilla going through
Murdoch.
there.
He's as crazy as Murdoch from 18. He's just flying out
Bussy,
there.
Big J. Kemmer.
Oh, and another one.
Lamatasi. They're trying to front up. No, it's going to be a penalty.
No, he's just
Bezic.
Forced an error.
Bezic with the knock on.
Bezic now, they're starting to lose the plot there. Our Toronto Wolfpack, the score sim what we on 22-16.
22-16 still. They're in one
Ben Giles loves the scoreboard. 22-16, Ben.
22-16, Ben. Wolfing around says, what do you make of Liam Kay's pink boots? I'm not sure. The jury's out. What do you think, Jonesy? Pink boots. Would you play in pink boots?
It's stuff for the future, isn't it?
Get stuck into him.
I like salmon. I do like salmon, Simo. Salmon pink, cerise pink. It's an aggressive pink. And again, Toronto just losing control of the discipline in this game. And it's a real shame because the quality's there. The quality's there. They've got the ability to defend. They've got the ability to attack. But that tenacity from Salford, the professionalism, is really starting to shine through now. And Dobson putting a kick into touch and start building a bit more pressure. And I tell you, I fear for Toronto if Salford get another try.
Yeah, it's certainly getting a bit tasty out on the field. We've got to see Dobson in possession now, into Wald, driving towards the Toronto sticks. Lamatasi lined up here, but Dobson will get it out the back to Louis. Out to O'Brien, the numbering up here. Greg Johnson will go for the corner. Great defence from Worthington, but he took his head off, and it's a penalty. It was something out of a wrestling movie, that absolutely took his head clean off his shoulders. The Salford fans want him to walk. I don't think he will.
They're calling for a head here. They want to even it up at 12 men apiece.
There's no way on earth he'll get sent off for that. I wouldn't even put him in sin bin. He just ducked down into the tackle. He might have took him a bit high, but it was like some. Oh, they're on a warning.
Want another warning?
He's put them on a team warning. The next player from Toronto to give a penalty away will go to the bin. They've got to be disciplined. This is a crucial stage in the game right now for Toronto. They've got to keep the Reds. They've got to keep the discipline, Jonesy.
They certainly have, and they're getting some great line speed moving forward, advancing probably 12 metres.
They've got to get off him here. No penalties, no penalties.
Who do you want to win, Simon?
I want Toronto to win. I'm not going to lie to you. I want the dream to continue. Jack Bussey, he's fired up 13. He's as big as a bus. Dobson goes left. Big cop Jack. Takes 2 steps in and tries to run over the shoulder. Spaces, not faces. That's what they say when you're a kid. That's what you run at, the spaces, not the faces. Oh, inside ball! It's an error. Dobson. Wall with the run, wasn't expecting the ball, was given it and knocked on. Yep. Wolfpack ball.
Calamitous moments there, and I think when you get that sort of pressure off your line, like Toronto have been producing this afternoon, you can start to get the fatigue and you start looking up and start taking your eye off the ball, and as you know, take the eye off the ball and the ball gets spilled. And to be fair, for such good weather, I'm surprised at how many errors there have been in this game.
Jonesy, I'm going to say it has been a bit scrappy of a game. There's obviously a bit of bad blood there, and the ball is run now by Worthington in the centre, into centre field, 20 metres away from the own line. Liam Kay will take it out, try and make some more metres. Up to the 30, that's good 10 metres made by him, going for a quick play of the ball. The marker's out square, over the 40, up to halfway. That's 3 good returns there. Liam Kay again taking the ball up.
And interesting.
This is what they need.
It is, yeah. Look at what they're opting to do now. They've just had 4 runs from dummy half, absolutely no passes at all, and they've got over to 40. And I think this is what they need to do. They need to burn the middle out of this Salford team being a man down, and it's been a really quick set.
They've got 20 minutes to go. They're converting. Oh, nearly through the gap there. QLT now. Oh, great pass out wide to Powell. He comes inside, dabs the kick in, dabs the kick. He just doesn't. Oh, is he held up? Dobson goes out.
No.
It's a drop out. Oh my God.
Behave.
Oh my God. He was miles out.
A blasphemy from Simo there or something, but I can't believe he got it inside. How did he manage to pack that ball back in? What a class play.
That was just like the Gaswood try we're telling you about. He'd gone over the line, reached around and scored for St George Illawarra. It's an unbelievable try. Get it up on Twitter to have a look at. Absolutely unbelievable. The Salford Red Wolves didn't understand that, and that'll deflate them stuck behind the sticks without a doubt.
Certainly that set from Toronto Wolfpack where they've just come out of dummy half, it's really simple rugby, it's really basic, it's not risky at all, but it still burns the energy out of the Salford players' legs, and now they've got a repeat set to defend, and people like Murdoch-Masila bent over on his haunches, holding his knees, they'll be praying that Toronto make an error and give him a cheap bit of possession.
Craig Hall gets the ball, runs it from the halfway, back in field, up to the 40. The club captain of the Toronto Wolfpack, what it'd mean to him, Bezic wants to make up for that error on the last set. Sid Lowe, the big, strong prop, signed from the Bradford Bulls. He's a Super League player all day. Carts it up 15 metres out. Bezic, they're not square. Opts to go for the safe option. Bussy at dummy half. Out to Wallace. Joe inside one man. Shimmy and a shake up to the line, 3 or 4 metres away. They're going to try and go powerful down the short side. Andrew Dixon inside, outside.
Salford are short here, they want to run it here, the Toronto Wolfpack, they want to get it out to their edges, they've got a massive overlap. And again, they've got a 4-on-2.
Cleaned out! Absolutely cleaned out!
QLT's gone the wrong way, he's out the back,
QLT went the wrong way.
Wow.
But it was good play from Toronto Wolfpack, much better than the last 10 minutes. Can you see him coming back into this game now?
Yeah, absolutely, there's 19 minutes left, more than 19 minutes left on the board there. 22-16 is no score. They can't put the queue in Iraq here. Salford, they've got a lot of work to do and a lot of sets to get through. Still being a man down, and the energy from this Toronto Wolfpack doesn't seem to be sapping at all.
Jonesy, your team, Leeds Rhinos, probably played in the most famous game in recent times that went to the wire as Rhino scored down the touchline against the Huddersfield Giants to win the League Leaders Shield that night, which secured the club's first treble in history. So people watching this game, it's a million miles an hour. It's a big error from Josh Jones. My point was, Jonesy, it's a million miles an hour till the 80th minute. You've got to play till the last whistle of the game.
And this is what rugby league fans want to see. They want to see games that are going right up to 79.99 minutes. And I tell you, when you are a fan, though, you start losing a few nails and your hair starts falling out and you start stressing about it, and as a player it's terrible. I think sometimes it's nice to be able to get out in front and just to enjoy the game, but certainly as a neutral spectacle you want to see games right to the wire, close competition. And I think Simo, the league this year, in Super League in particular, I've seen a lot of that. We've got teams right at the top there who historically haven't been big Super League advocates, but this year we are seeing the results of such as the salary cap.
Salford seem to be losing their head a little bit, losing the rag, as we say over here. Dixon runs in, he's played well today, running great lines inside and outside, shrugs off the tackler, Hopjack. Bezic now, loose pass out to QLT, going wide to Craig Hall. He's got a run on him, He's long in it. Get some great yards there.
Fantastic.
Second tackle as well.
A long
big thing. Pownell inside, really. Stilts. Rich Whiting will just trundle up to 3 or 4 metres from the line. Bob Bezic at dummy half. Short ball. Sid Lowe tries to barge over. 5th and last tackle now. Which way will they go?
They've got to come left. They're 7-on-4. They've got a 7-on-4.
Terrible. He's going to go to the bin. He'll go to the bin, will he? It's a penalty. He might go to the bin for that. He's going to go.
He's going back pocket. No.
What's he doing? What is he doing?
He's just making sure his 5 is still there.
Dobson complains to the ref. Why is he not getting sent to the bin? I've got no answer.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he should have gone.
To be honest with you, he's warned him. Professional foul.
He's warned him. Time off. The referee calls.
Time off. But listen, poor delivery there from dummy half. It needed to be on the money. Needed to be in the hands. He had a massive overlap. Did Toronto. Unable again to execute as well as he did in the first half, and I told you the fatigue starts to settle in, and as you've already mentioned, Simo, they've had some big scores, but by now the game's usually won for Toronto. They've not really been tested back end of the game, and they're really in a contest.
Whatever happens in this game, whether they win or lose, people know the Toronto Wolfpack are here to stay. These guys have played a great game, but they could make history in the next 15 minutes. Murdoch-Masila running the ball hard. The Toronto defence stands strong. Andrew Dixon once again under the tackle. Josh Wood into Rob Lewis. Wall again. Sidlow goes high. He didn't miss there.
He didn't, did he?
Give him a little tap up. Touched him up.
He's done his hair for him.
Right then, Salford 20 metres out. They need a score to put this game to bed, to make it difficult. There's a hole opened up for it, and he didn't pass the ball, but the play still goes on. They've got numbers. Josh Jones should have passed. He's thrown a try away. He's thrown a certain try away, and they've knocked it on.
Back to one.
Back to one.
Oh, it's really clear. This is a real test now for Toronto. How much steel have this group got?
How much do they want it? Famously, when Leeds United in 1992, Aaron Wilkins said, "Do you want to win?" The team responded, and that's what they've got to do now. The Wolfpack. Lamatasi drives to the line. He knocked it on. He knocked no try.
Well,
Wolfpack ball.
I'll be honest with you, I thought it was a try for
20 metres. 20 metres. 7 tackles. And he's responded. Great goal. He's got room. What's he doing? What's he doing? What's the referee? What's he doing?
He's lost his mind.
He's lost it. He blew. He allowed him to start. He let him start on the 30 instead of the 20.
Oh wow. Oh dear.
Oh wow. We've seen it all today.
Great goal, but he took it on, didn't he?
He took it on. He started on the 30 instead of the 20. He should have started on the 20.
I think at this point, Simo, we've talked a lot about Yorkshire and Lancashire. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Cumbrians as well. There's a big Whitehaven are playing Halifax today, and another big Challenge Cup fixture. And the Maras are a massive part of rugby league history and heritage in the UK.
Go on, Leo!
Forward pass.
There's another fight breaking out. The Canadians and North Americans are used to fighting in professional sport because is it kind of allowed in ice hockey?
Well, I think it's one of them unwritten pirate rules, isn't it? I don't know. Let us know.
Let us know. Are you allowed to fight in ice hockey?
I believe. Is it not right that they can fight until somebody hits floor?
Is that right?
Yeah, until somebody hits floor. If that were the case, I'd just dive straight on the floor.
Right, big shout to, we've got a young lady here, Jean Keenan, who says, "We speak better than the French." You speak better French than I do, she says, sorry. The pundit, the Den is the name of the stadium. So I'm going to be DJing at the stadium for that. We'll have a party at the stadium.
The Den in Yorkshire is what you make behind garage.
Yeah.
You make like art sticks
woods.
and like mattresses. Or maybe that's just like Bromley, just stick cardboard boxes up and that's a Den.
Right, the score is still 22-16. 13 minutes and 54 seconds remain on the clock. The possession has been submitted back and forth as both teams struggle to take control of the game. We're in what's called the arm wrestle. Robert Louis now with the ball, the mercurial Robert Louis. The standoff for the Salford Red Devils, Australian. Dobson into Wall, he's run hard all day. The young second row from Salford, a local boy who's got a brother called Jordan, who also plays. Oh, he's through the gap! Oh, he's worked his way through. 3 would-be tacklers. Gareth O'Brien goes in the corner to the Salford Red Devils and gives them some real breathing space. 26-16. Is it all over the Wolfpack?
I don't think it's all over yet, but certainly the miles off the pace in terms of game management. And you look at Robert Louis and Michael Dobson there, what they're doing is getting the ball to the 50% part of the pitch, right under the sticks, taking a couple of drives there, and you look upfield and you're looking for a 5-5 split or a 6-4 split. And if Toronto get it wrong or the opposition gets it wrong and they put such as a 6-4, you go at the 4 with a really good shape, and people like Dobson, so smart, can spot them off a mile off. And again, Toronto flying out of the line, trying to fix up problems on their own, which leaves people and players isolated and to succumb to their own downfall there, Toronto. But they need to get themselves back at this game pretty soon. Right,
to get themselves back into the game, the Toronto Wolfpack are putting on their 2 big players. Ryan Bailey and Fui Moi Moi are coming back onto the field, and hopefully they're going to mix it a little bit, put the cat amongst the pigeons and get a quick response because they need the ball back. Do you think they'll go for a short kick-off?
They could do. I think they're still, I think 12 minutes. I think it's about the time that you need the ball back and start to build some pressure.
Gaz O'Brien
26-16 at the minute of the kick to come.
26-16, 28-16 will be a much harder task. And he struck the ball and it is good.
O'Brien making a difference, just rubbing the proverbial salt in the room. Got the L wedge out, put it on the boot and just knocked it over the big H.
28 points to 16. It's not quite a mountain to climb, but it's a very big hill.
It's 12 points, mate. It's two scores and a drop goal in 12 minutes. Big ask. And for me, Simo, they just never made the transition, Wolfpack, from playing expansive to playing a bit more conservative and getting the game back scruff at net.
Yeah, Lenny McCarthy has said, you might be a Wolf today, but you and Jamie need to remind the world Salford have 12 players. We give you every credit, Lenny. We love Salford. We're big mates with Marwan. And I'll tell you now, they've had a great game. Oh, it's got to be a knock-on. And it is a knock-on. Murdoch Masilla tried to play the ball while he was still in the tackle. He's having a right pop-off at the referee. The referee ignores him, waves him away. And the Wolfpack have set the scrum up and time is off. 11 minutes and 21 seconds to make history. Big shout out, the Wolfpack have tweeted us. Scraps are standard and expected in hockey, but you still get a penalty after you drop your gloves and the refs let you have it out. It's alright, isn't it? Imagine that, Jonesy.
Yeah.
Right then, Bezic spins the ball out.
Gloves off.
QLT.
Gloves are off.
He's looking for that channel. He's looking to run down the Salford left edge every chance he gets time. Sticks. Rich Whiting runs it in. Big Stokes. Bezic at dummy half. Jake Emmett going for the ball. He's had a great game. The big man. Ex-St Helens player. Ex-Lee. Bezic. Inside ball. Wallace. Another really poor pass. Chris Willem takes the ball. It's just not good enough, Jonesy. It's disappointing. And as a forward, that's your worst nightmare.
It is, but I think you've got to give credit to Salford, as we mentioned. They've only 12 men. They've just lacked a little bit of discipline of Toronto, a bit of leadership at times. Very maverick, very, very offensively orientated. But at times we've just not managed to get the scruff of the net. But let's not forget, Sumo, it's a third-tier team, this. They're playing against a team that's near the top of Super League. And to be at this sort of 12 points with 10 minutes to go is pretty remarkable.
Mate, it is remarkable. The Toronto Wolfpack have done amazing today, but I can't have a feeling that they've probably gifted a bit too much possession to the Salford Red Devils. I think they've had great opportunities in the game that they've probably just not taken care of. And it's frustrating because we really wanted to see them win this game.
And whilst we're all big advocates of rugby league over there, and it's another short
pass maybe.
Nope.
Greg Johnson.
Whilst we all want to see it grow on the other side of the pond, we still want to see it growing in Manchester. So it's a great prospective result for Salford.
Almatasi running the ball in 5 metres from the Toronto line. Salford, the 12-man Salford, goes for the drop goal. You called it before.
Yep.
Gaz O'Brien, the man that put Ulker to the sword of the drop goal last year. The important thing about that point is we are now over 2 converted tries away.
Yep, 3 scores.
So now Toronto Wolfpack, to win this game, have to score 2 tries and at least a penalty, ideally 3 tries to win this game. They've got 9 minutes to do it. It's going to take a remarkable effort, Jonesy.
It certainly is, but it's been a good spectacle. I think Toronto sent out a bit of a statement this afternoon as to their intentions, and certainly a formidable size. Their number one mission is to get out of that third tier and to get themselves up into Super League. And for everybody looking internationally, it would be big encouragement today having watched this game.
Short kick-off was taken by Krasnicki. Josh Wood on the first tackle takes the ball and driven back. They're not on the halfway line yet, but they will go over the halfway line through Wall, who breaks the tackle. Fui Moi Moi lands on him. And I think if anybody who got landed on by Fui, they're going to do some damage. And Wall stays down, face down on the floor as the medical staff come on to assess the damage. He's gingerly getting to his knees as the Toronto Pack take some fluids on board. Bailey, Dixon, Wallace, and are going to go for a big 8.5 minutes because they need this. They need to get back in the game. They need to score next.
That's it. Salford will just make most of this bit of a rest here. They'll grind out another set of 6. They're not going to be too expansive. They've got 3 tries in front. They don't need to win the game twice. They'll just play nice, conservative, boring almost rugby. Continue to keep the ball dead, keep kicking it out, slow the game right down, grind it to a halt, and get themselves in the bag for the draw for the next round, which will be on Tuesday I believe.
Tuesday, Keith Senior, they'll be doing the draw. The grumpiest man in rugby league history, without a doubt, your ex-teammate. And Leeds will be in the draw. Who do you fancy? If you could join a team, who would you fancy, Jonesy?
Internationally, if you don't know Keith Senior, he's like Voldemort from Harry Potter. You'll know Voldemort is. That's Keith Senior, both in looks and personality. Who would I like in the next round, Simo? You know, it's so cliche, isn't it? The home draws are always nice to play out there at Headingley, but we've got no control of that. Just want to continue playing some good rugby league. We've got back into a little bit of form at Headingley, and got some good young kids coming into the mix as well, which is really encouraging for us.
Right, we're going out to the wide reach of the world, a global audience through the Sport Bible, our broadcast partners. A big thanks to them, big shout to Kappa as well, the kit partners of the Toronto Wolfpack. Why would you say to any rugby league fan or somebody watching on the stream, like, you know what, I fancy coming to watch that down at the Den at Lamport Stadium in Toronto? What would you say to them? Why would you say, come and try rugby league? What's so special about this great game?
Well, it's just one of those combative Colosseum type games, and I think that's still at the heart of everybody, the competition, the combat. You know, Brian Noble compared it before to a cross, what did he say? It's like
NFL and
MMA, which is just a great description. It's something that people like the boxing and the combat element, plus there's still a lot of skill in running, fitness, energy systems involved. It's a great all-rounded sport, and I think anybody who comes to experience it the first time will really enjoy it. Bit of ill discipline from Salford here, and Toronto get a kick to touch from their own 40, and I tell you, Simo, with 7.5 minutes at 28-16, they need to get a try in this set of 6, I reckon, to have a chance of coming back.
Scotty said, who would be your best enforcer? Who would be your best enforcer there?
Where in Salford?
I'm not sure, he's just said best enforcer, maybe in the wider game. Who do you think's the best enforcer you've come up against?
Enforcers? Who's an hard man?
Jack Bussey. I'll tell you what, he's really got under the skin of the Salford players today. He's been right in the faces all day, and he hasn't taken a backward step. Fooey, running towards the line. Oh, a metre short. They've got numbers. They've got the numbers on this left edge. Oh, is his try? Is he a try? Oh, held up.
It's a good question, Simo. I've always been middle of the road. All lads big enough to give me an idea, and they've never been quick enough to catch me. So I don't know much about enforcers, but I remember, was it Marty McSorley or something like that? That rings a bell, that name. Was it? It was like an hockey enforcer who's going to fight a proper MMA guy once. I don't know. Maybe I've got that wrong. Just come down from the ether. But another error from Toronto. Just not had the synergy that they had early on in this game.
You know what though, mate? I'll tell you what. They've played really well today. They've come into this game. The intensity of Super League is a lot higher than the Toronto team will have ever played in League One, and I think they've done themselves proud today. They've done the fans proud.
Yep.
And it's 6 minutes to go, and it's not over yet. It's definitely not over yet.
It's certainly not. And hopefully, in years to come, those Toronto multicultural fans will travel to Europe and have a stop off here in the UK. Come and see rugby league. Come and support your Toronto team. We'll be spending. I don't know how it's going to work. It's going to be months at a time or weeks at a time. Here in the UK, have a bit of a tour. Come on, 400 heritage sites we've got in the UK. I went to a couple last year. Stonehenge being one. There's lots going on, and the UK is not a big country. You can be anywhere within 4 or 5 hours, can't you?
Yeah, the Wolfpack will be doing 6 weeks. I think 6-week blocks at a time over in Toronto, playing 6 home games and then coming back and playing 6 away games. But it's a great opportunity for the Toronto people and also the North American people to get a flavour of this game, and I think it will grow across America in the next few years because Americans and Canadians like it rough, they like it tough, they like the combative side of sport, and they've kicked early. Ryan Brearley chasing Gaz O'Brien.
He's kicked early, but I'm not sure it was 2.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. Worthington just wrapping up Gaz O'Brien now, who just surrenders and waits.
Yeah.
Smart rugby league there, getting the air back in the lungs. This lad, Greg Johnson, just runs all day. The winger from the Salford Red Devils. The ball goes infield to Krasnicki, who makes his way up towards the halfway line. And Salford is going to stick it up the jumper now and run it up and it's going to be 5 drives and then a kick into the corner.
Yep.
Without they can make any mistakes at this period of time. With smart heads on the field like Louis and Dobson, just controlling the play today. Let's not forget as well, Todd Carney. There you go. 3 drives and a kick from Dobson. The wily old fox that is Michael Dobson.
He certainly is a wily old fox. Not much hair on his head, but he's got a lot of intelligence inside it. And as I said before, that's all we're going to do now is just keep drilling that ball out. Really smart rugby league from the Salford Devils. 4 minutes left on the clock exactly. Ping. And 28-16 out in front. It looks like this sunny day could turn out to be not a positive one for Toronto, but again, as he's mentioned, Timo, I think they look exciting. They've got some great players investing their time and energy into this new venture over in Canada.
The Red Terrier said, loving the commentary, didn't expect Lord Voldemort to get mentioned in the Challenge Cup tie.
Voldemort. He who may not be named.
You. Harry Potter.
Big rugby league fan, Neville Longbottom,
Matt Lewis, big Leeds Rhinos fan.
Big fan of rugby league.
Big fan. He's a good bloke as well. The ball is fed into the scrum now, and they are giving it some air again, trying the best. Blake Wallace there running at the line. Liam Cale pick it up and go from dummy half. Masilla was never square in a million years, and there's free. Oh, he's got the ball away. Play on. Great work from Liam Cale. QLT bounces off one tackle. And he runs round him with QLT. Rob Lewis tries to get into him now. They're numbering up, they're fronting up in the Salford. I think they're going to shut over. They're going to try. Oh, there he goes. Masilla.
Oh, great
Shot
ball.
of the ball.
What's he going to do now?
Liam Kay's got the legs. Dobson rolling back the ears there as Lama Tarsi trips Liam Kay in back play. Plain as day. The ref didn't see it, and Wellham runs the ball away. It's like the Wild West today, the AJ Bell.
It
it's
is
all
Wild
kicking
West.
off.
And Toronto, unfortunately, are all in black, which means they usually come off worst.
The villains.
Rugby league is like the Wild West. It's really exciting, but we can pull together when we need to. When Indians come over the horizon.
Jamie Jones, I'm going to have to leave you now and go down pitch side to get some chats with the... 2 minutes?
We've got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. We've got 2 minutes yet. The boys, I'm not going to leave. I've got to leave just before the end of commentary to go down and interview the players that come off the field today. Through a gap, Rob Lewitt, and he flicks the ball out.
Well, let's dives
on it, bumps him off, he's left him in a heap on the floor.
He's knocked out.
Oh, he's knocked out, he's gone to sleep.
Yep. And
Fui just let down, put his shoulder in, as it's completely legal to do. He didn't do anything wrong there. And
just the nature of the game.
He obviously took a whack off Big Fui, and he's at the moment he's sleeping. Bales looks down, he's getting a bit of a rub on his calf. Hopefully it's just a bit of cramp. He hasn't played much rugby in the last few months, so he's probably just finding his feet. But he's a fitness freak, Bales. He's very fit.
He's very good. I like Kip Tanui, mate. He's got long legs. He's got skinny legs, a massive body actually, which works really well as a prop. But when he needs to run, he's got a decent engine on him, and he's very fit as well.
Fui there is left 2 Salford players down, Ben Murdoch Masilla, and I'm not sure, is it Kopjak who's down on the floor maybe? Could be Big Kopjak, I can't really tell from where we're standing up in the gods today at the AJ Bell Stadium. 2 minutes 21 seconds, probably a bridge too far now for the Wolfpack, you would have thought, to get the points back.
It's far too far, they're thinking about their performance and what they can do next week back in the league competition. I think is it O'Brien? I can see Kopjak. O'Brien looks to be could potentially be the second Salford player to leave the field today with a bit of a neck injury.
How would you...
He's sat up there, looks all right, getting his bearings.
You've seen the boys up close today, the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
As a Super League legend like you are, where do you think they're at in their development, and how could you see these being a Super League team within a couple of years?
Not about legend, mate, but I do my best. I can see these being and I hope they are, because I really want the game to be the best version of itself. And when you look at places and teams like Toulouse in France, you know, their expansion, their growth could really be positive for the game. Toronto, an international audience, that's exactly what rugby league needs in its next chapter of its existence.
Yep, Brian Bailey replaced by Adam Sidlow. Gaz O'Brien goes off as well after with a head injury. The Salford team are now going to try and front up QLT running after the ball. Robert Lewis will get there first for the Salford team. It's a great kick though. Oh! He lets it run, and it's 7 tackles on the 20-metre mark, and that'll just about do it for the Salford Red Devils, I think.
That has done it, mate. It's certainly bath time for these guys, thinking about what shampoo they're going to use and what sort of food they're going to have afterwards. They're in the bag for the next round. It's really exciting, it's really interesting. I can't wait to hear who comes out of that, who plays who in the next round of the Challenge Cup, the prestigious cup that has got a trip to Wembley as the prize, and hopefully one team will go down there and win it and create some history, and there'll be a Lance Todd winner in that game who will come and get his trophy here at the AJ Bell Stadium at the Lance Todd dinner.
Alatasa running the ball in. I'd like to thank our broadcast partner today, Sport Bible, who've done a fantastic job for the game of Rugby League. The Toronto Wolfpack, Eric Perez, David Argyle, Kappa, who look after the kit, who provide great kits that are going out around the world to the Wolfpack fans. But mainly I'd like to thank all the fans for tuning in, staying with us, listening today, because hopefully we'll see you down at the Lamport Stadium, the Den, in Toronto, when we come over from Rugby M and we find out what Toronto's got to offer for the Rugby League fan.
Certainly have, Simo, and it's all right listening to me and Alex talk about it and give a bit of an insight from thousands of miles away, but come and experience it yourself. Human beings don't believe anything until they've experienced it, and the best thing for you to do that is to get down to the Den and experience it firsthand.
Yeah, the Toronto Wolfpack certainly aren't giving up. I'm going to have to give up now and go down pitch side. A big thank you from myself, Alex Simmons, for listening to me today. Hope you enjoyed the commentary and hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll see you personally in Toronto as Liam Kay runs the halfway line, but I'll leave you in the capable hands of Jamie Jones Buchanan.
See you in a bit, Simo. It's just me and you, the rest of the world, as Toronto get another penalty. Try and leave this game with a little bit of pride, get another try on the board and narrow the score. 4 seconds left. Can they come up with something fantastic, a great play? They've got it in them. The ball's played so they can keep going until it's dead. They're going to go right on the back, bit of footwork inside. Oh, inside back, boy, and you're going to steam over and score under the sticks to finish off in great fashion. And it's been a pleasure to come and watch this game this afternoon. I think Toronto Wolfpack are on a fantastic journey. It's great to have known people like Eric Praise right from before it manifests itself into reality, before we had a team and a kit and this brand and this merchandise that's flying around and TV shows and people who are hinging hopes and dreams on this great game of rugby league to be able to develop and fulfill their potential, whether it be from an American football, an ice hockey background, whatever it is. I'm sure